Welcome back to Brad's Beatbox. This is our podcast, and every episode starts off like that. Thanks for getting the mic wet, Brad. That's how we like to get it going.
Some people do a mic check. I do a mic wet.
Mic wet 1 2.
Mic wet 1 2 1 2.
Mic wet. Oh, laptop wet for me. I did a keyboard wet there. Got a little slobbery. That's actually not what I thought we would open up with.
Can I say something to open it first before we do your opening thing?
No. This is good.
Just when we said mic check 1 2 1 2. Hattie and I have this new thing. So you know House of Pain's famous song "Jump Around." Yeah.
I nailed it.
So the very beginning, I was like, I think that's the song. The very beginning of that song says, "Buckle up, buckle in, let me begin."
Yeah, it's a fun start.
So Hattie and I, whenever we get in the car now, it's like a tradition we do. I always say, "Buckle up," and she goes, "Buckle up, buckle in, let me begin." And then she goes, "Romans 3:23, all have sinned."
Oh, what? Not where I thought that was going to go.
I love it. Incorporating the gospel everywhere we can, baby. So she buckles up, buckles in, and then she remembers her memory verse.
If I was a really good improviser, I would think of like a rap song that also rhymes with like a verse that I know, but it's using all the brain power I have, and I can't do it.
That's okay. All right.
Pudding. I watched the pudding episode last night, actually. It was nice. The pilot. Pudding.
Biggest flan.
Anyway.
How are we starting this thing?
I was going to start off by saying, I watched someone's, I don't know why, but on Facebook, I watched someone's like wedding video, and I got a little ways into it. And then they started reading like it becomes a voiceover. The wife, the bride, like wrote a letter to the groom. Now she's going to speak it out loud.
Yeah. We did that. We didn't read them to each other. We just read them ourselves.
You didn't?
We didn't.
You like read them internally.
We passed them to each other. We didn't see each other though. We were on other sides of the door.
Good for you for waiting.
Books. Yes. Read the letters.
Nice.
Yeah.
But this one, it was a voiceover, and right away she said, "Our love is an old-fashioned love."
Oh.
Pause. Close out of tab. Don't need to see this anymore. I don't.
Command W. See you later.
An
old-fashioned love.
Just right away, I was like, "Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it how old-fashioned we talking?"
We're talking. My dad didn't know we were dating at first because he was working at the coal mine all day. But when he got home, he was not about it. So I had to call you on our shared landline and tell you about it.
Maybe it's further back. Maybe it's I graduated with 6 girls. You were one of them. Figured we'd make it work. Mm-hmm. Is that the old-fashioned love you have?
I remember. Yeah, I walked you to school, and you dropped your apple, and I gave it to you. Like that's.
You were one of 9 women, including my immediate family, that I knew of when I hit puberty. So I figured I would marry you.
Yes, you. You knew my mother because she was your Sunday school teacher all growing up, and you also hemmed my pants, and so I know you are very domestic. So I want to marry you now.
We made up a third of the world that survived the bubonic plague. So at that point, I figured, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
Love is a choice. I could figure this out.
I figure we're kind of platonic, but we survived the bubonic. So let's do this thing.
Let's do this thing. Or just, maybe how far back does it go? Just woman, girl,
hey,
long hair.
No, they don't even say, hey.
Hey, I'll give you wet Mike.
You have wet Mike, gold hair, mate for life. Uh-huh.
You want to make a fire between us? I don't know.
Roll the music. I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white. Me too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
Ghostrunners podcast.
Did you ever see, what was that movie? Year 1, Year 0?
No, neither.
None of the 0 through 5s.
That kind of stuff doesn't interest me at all.
Well, it was like Jack Black, Michael Cera.
Yeah, even if it's funny, I'm not interested in it.
No caveman stuff for you.
Just I don't like
You afraid they're going to plagiarize the Bible?
I think anything before World War II, I'm out.
Too old.
Yeah, pretty much.
Too old-fashioned for you.
Too old-fashioned for me.
You have a new fashion love.
I'm sure there's exceptions to that rule with movies, but I'll never like willingly like choose it. If somebody's already watching it in the room, I'll sit down maybe and, happen to watch it. But 1941 and above. Yes, please.
My hand was up. He called on me. What's the movie with Desmond Doss?
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. What war is that?
I don't know.
I can't remember either.
I thought it was World War II.
I was thinking World War II, but then I was thinking about that final scene where they're on Hacksaw Ridge. And I was like, that seems kind of like trench warfare.
I don't know much about history at all. I'm going to be honest with you. December 7th is about all I know.
Then again, I'm remembering Vince Vaughn. I think he's shooting an MP7. That seems like a World War II submachine gun.
Let's see here. It's not very easy to find for me right now.
You got wet keyboard.
What was the war in Hacksaw Ridge?
My wife had wet typewriter. The doctor couldn't fix it worth nothing.
It was the Battle of Okinawa.
Oh, that's World War II.
Okay. Well, we're still talking in this voice, so please don't break character. 1945 was a tough year in Okinawa, but we got through it. I said, please, God, give me one more.
I remember writing my missus. We had an old-fashioned love. I said, dear Abigail, how are the children? How is little Lila's leg? Are they still as stubborn as you? Please do write back. I miss your lemonade and your sugar. XOXO.
It's cold here, but I can just feel the warmth of the fire touching my toes from your stoking fireplace. I don't know.
Dear Abigail, I met Vince Vaughn in combat today.
I met the guy from Dodgeball. Pretty good shot. I think we have a chance here against these.
Against the purple cobras.
Yeah.
Which is what we call the Japanese.
That's
fighters.
right. WHITE. All right.
You take
all my
out.
Best. And then you have to put your first and last name just in case they don't know it's you. Jacob J. Triplet.
Jacob
G. Triplet.
Jacob G. Triplet.
All right.
Anyway, that's been Letters from War.
That's it. That's the segment that we just did right there.
You guys know it. We do that and we do beatboxing every episode. What are we talking about? Oh, I brought up Year One. I brought up a movie I've never seen. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, you hadn't even seen it?
No, I know nothing about this movie. I think Michael Cera's in it.
All right.
And I don't even know the title of it. Anyway, what's going on this week? What's popping?
What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in. Romans 3:23, all have sinned. Maybe we'll get that one going for next time with Hattie.
Yeah.
Brand new whip just hopped in. I don't know. We'll think about it. It's hard to think about.
Yeah. What hopped in? What rhymes with hopped in? Hops in, the rapper.
What Bible verse though? You had to think about a Bible verse.
You're right. Hopped in. Hopped in.
Hopped in. Just find any translation of the Bible.
Scoffed him. This is tough.
Okay. We're doing
seriously,
great.
what rhymes with hopped in? I got nothing.
Hopped in.
Compton. I don't think that's in the Bible.
Compton. Which Bible?
The
Holy?
Old fashioned.
Old fashioned. Man, a lot of things are up, but none of them are like crazy. Just a busy family friend week that I had.
You're pretty busy work wise, it seems like. I was in your shop.
Also very busy work wise.
Very full shop.
Yeah. It feels like
it's good harvest for you.
Yeah. I've had to deny some people like some like
three times
social aspects.
It's a biblical episode.
Yeah. like some people have asked me to do things and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't do that, which is really hard to do.
When you say you're like knee deep in work, sometimes it can be true.
Yeah, you saw the sawdust. You were like, "What is this stuff?"
That is sawdust.
Yeah,
it was like it was brown string sawdust.
It was like it was larger sawdust. It wasn't. It was more like saw hay than it was dust.
I think you could sell it to rich people and be like, "This is like very fine, like luxury sawdust." Like, oh, great.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, something to think about.
Speaking of rich people, one day last week, I think it was Friday, a guy that had ordered a table from me. I haven't made it from him yet. Came up to look at the table, which is not a rare thing, but it was rare because he came from Fort Worth, Texas to come look at it.
Just to get like
yeah.
He spends more time, he puts more effort looking into his tables than I do my homes that I buy.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, I don't want to buy a table sight unseen.
This is the guy.
I'm not going blind nil.
Yeah, it's a sweet table. It's going to be awesome. It's these like two it's like one big slab that I'm making in 2 coffee tables. This is the one that my son Isaac helped me pick out that one day.
Great. Good for him. Good for you.
And it's my father-in-law's best friend from Texas who I knew he was doing well in life. I think I realized after visiting with him that he is much more well off than I ever.
Tell me specifically why you think that.
Because he was showing me his second house in Aspen, Colorado.
Oh, sure.
And I couldn't find good pictures of it. So he showed me the ones from Zillow, and Zillow has an estimate of how much a house is worth. And I didn't know it was like it's a duplex in Aspen, Colorado, $9.7 million duplex for his second house.
And he buys his tables from you.
That's right, baby. And you can too.
Luxury sawdust.
So yeah, that was kind of interesting experience. Like I picked up a guy from the airport that I'd never met before.
You had to pick him up for him to look at a table?
I mean, I didn't have to. I'm from the Midwest though.
But the airport's so far away. I'd be like, I'm already making this guy a table. It's got to be good.
The airport, exactly. I think the airport's so far away. And so like, he was like, I'll just Uber to your house. I was like, don't Uber to my house. That's too far.
That's going to cost you $40.
That's going to cost way more than $40.
$45.
45. Yeah. Plus tip. No, I mean, I didn't mind. And it was fun. Just, I mean, it was like Catherine had met him before. So we got lunch with him and,
okay.
But I was like, the whole time I was like, are you sure this is worth it for you to come up and look at this? Like we could do this over FaceTime.
I would just be thinking that the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, is this worth it for you?
But I think he had miles. He's, basically retired by this point. And so he was just, yeah, this is fun.
Cool.
So he actually he has a mantra. Like this guy's very interesting. I could talk about this guy for a long time, but he races for fun, like races cars.
I thought like 100-meter dash.
Like, yeah.
Who's down?
Field day every day.
He loves it.
He races cars in Aspen. He's like in a racing club. And one of the things that's like on his car is HFED, which stands for
HFED?
Mm-hmm.
Heel foot every day.
Yeah.
Because he gets to the pedal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a line dancer. It stands for have fun every day.
I was close.
So this guy is just like, yeah, I just want to have fun every day.
Okay.
So that his fun for the day was go from Texas to Kansas and back.
Is your friend Bob Goff?
No.
Okay.
I would love for my friend to be Bob Goff.
Are you positive?
I've met Bob Goff.
And was it the same guy that you got from the airport this week?
It was not.
Okay, so there's that then.
No, this guy was not Bob Goff.
You got dinner with Bob Goff.
Bob Goff. Back before he was Bob Goff. But like
What was his
his name was Bob Goff.
Robert Goff.
But he wasn't Bob Goff, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
It's like I knew Jake Triplett before he was Jake Triplett.
He was just Jacob G at that point.
He was just JG Triplett.
He's writing letters for more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going to use as like the example that I knew Jake Triplett before he was Jake Triplett? Like, no, like you don't understand. Jake and I used to whatever, like something real normal that like Jake used to drive a Chevy Impala. Like you should have seen that thing.
Yeah. Jake had like gymnastics blocks stuffed in his car.
Yeah. Like I remember one time, Jake was supposed to go to the airport and he locked his keys in his car at my house.
Oh, that was kind of recently.
But I'm saying like that was before your Jake Triplett.
Yeah, that was kind of recently.
But you always make it. You always make it to the airport.
Thank you. That's life. I would like to talk about an interesting guy that I met in my life this week, and then we'll get back to Bob Goff.
No, it's fine.
My guy's name is Joe.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh, Joe Gilliland. Joe,
good job.
thank you.
Good memory.
You're welcome.
So one of the first guys I ever met at Kanakuk now is like very connected. Dare I say now that I've spent some time with him, the most connected guy I know.
Whoa.
Then again, I don't know Bob Goff,
Okay.
but yeah, it was just fun. He's a friend from Kanakuk, but he lives in Dallas. So he was like, hey, whenever you come through, I want to hang out. He's also very connected in the golf industry. So he hooked us up with free golf. It was so fun. He's like hooking us up for free golf next week. I'm trying to think where to start with Joe. He's just the man. Right away.
So what's his job?
So I think he's started multiple companies. I think he started one and sold it. And now he has a different company. He also told me
He sold a company. Is he our age?
he's probably 31, 32.
That's pretty close to our age. And he's selling companies?
Yep.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That'll get you an Aspen house or two.
One of the companies I think he started recently, like he had a weird phone call and I was just like, what was that about? Because he was mentioning, well, I was like, yeah, what was that about? He's like, well, oh yeah, one of the ventures me and my business partner started, we bought the rights to 14 med spas last year. So I was just checking in on that. I was like, well, how's it looking? He's like, well, we got some good news. The last year, the fat trimmers we had were not FDA approved, but they're back on the market. They're FDA approved now. I was like, okay.
Fat trimmers?
I thought it was like a machine, but then he said FDA approved, so it must be a pill.
Are you talking about trimming or trimmer?
Like with an EMR.
Like, this guy's got the fat trimmers.
Oh, he's got the trimmers.
Hey!
It's Michael J. Fat.
Dear Abigail. Yeah.
So I was thinking some sort of machine with like a fast moving belt. But then when he said FDA approved, I was like, this must be a pill.
Maybe, yeah,
But
probably.
then spa, do you go to a brick and mortar store to get pills?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, where do you get your pills?
On the line with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's
all over the place.
His main thing, he's like, he represents like 20 NFL players. He also represents like 4 PGA.
He's an agent?
Yeah, he's like an agent.
Okay.
Also represents like the good golf guys, like my friends in like the golf YouTuber world.
Is that your connect? Well, I guess you knew him from Kennecott as well.
Yeah, that was more of just a fun coinky dink. Like, wait, Garrett, you know Joe? Like that's my friend. He's like, yeah, he's like my manager. I was like,
wow.
How fun is that?
Was he one of the ones at your show?
Yes, he came to the Dallas show.
Oh, no,
no,
not
Garrett.
the Kansas City
Yes, wait.
Joe did not come with Garrett to the Kansas City show.
Correct.
Okay.
Damundo.
Okay.
They've each been separately.
Does he represent any NFL players we know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he lives in Dallas. He represents like 8 Cowboys. He said he just started a relationship with Trayvon Diggs. So I'm like, good to get in now.
Yeah, I would say.
Good for you. He said Trayvon's not that cool. He shows up late. He's not that professional. It's like, good for you for having standards. You don't put up with no crap.
I don't do that. Okay.
Who is his biggest pickup? I think, what's that white guy's name on the Cowboys? Good
Van
defensive
Der
player.
Esch. Leighton
Different
Van
one.
Der Esch? That's the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, the other linebacker.
Yeah, it's that guy.
I
I think they just got him. He's like, that was a big pickup.
feel like he's got 2 one-syllable names. Sean Lee.
Sean Lee?
Yeah.
Man, maybe.
Is that him?
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Sorry, this is taking long.
I don't know if he still plays for the Cowboys, but anyway.
Joe was like, been playing a lot of golf recently. I was actually in, I think it's called like Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
My goodness. Largo.
Yeah. Mar-a-Lago?
Mar-a-Lago? Wow, I cannot. Mar-a-Lago. Is it, here's the vowels in order. A-A-A-O. Is that it? Mar-a-Lago. There.
No, I think it's Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, God. Mar-a-Lago.
Florida.
It sounds like Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
There you go.
There we go.
You got to say the whole thing.
Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
Yeah.
He was down there, which I know of that place from being like Trump / Epstein.
Right.
He was like, funny you say that. Last week I played golf with Donald Trump. I go, no, you
I
didn't.
thought he was about to say, funny you say that. Last week I played with Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean,
Jeffrey.
no.
His name, he told me to call him, Daniel Epstein.
No, but literally played golf. I mean, 6 days before he's playing golf with me.
No way.
He's played with Trump. And I was like, no, you didn't. And he showed me a picture. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
What did he say anything about how Trump played? 'Cause I've always heard that Trump's a cheater on the golf course.
He told me 2 things. He said, he's better than you think, but he is a cheater.
Yeah.
So, doesn't Trump hold like the course record, like multiple
That's
golf
what I've
course?
heard.
Like, there's no way you have the course record.
Like has beaten like PGA, like golf tour, like golf players scores and stuff.
So that was fascinating. It's like, sorry you're playing with me today. It's going to be a little different. So that was really fun and just a fascinating guy. He's like, Joe is like kind of like a name dropper, but I love it it's an enjoyable name dropper. It's
Okay.
like, I would want to know you golf with Donald Trump. I don't want you to keep that from me based off of humility. I'm glad you told me.
And maybe he's the kind of guy that knows where to name drop. Like I'm going to name drop to Jake because Jake's not used to name droppers.
Right. This is fun for me.
But maybe to Donald Trump, he's probably not name dropping Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I'm not going to say anything to him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Strategic name dropper.
But like anybody in the Midwest, name drop away. Like, because
we think it's awesome.
Because we don't see very many celebrities. So we're like, whoa, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So just good times with Joe. Oh, also he was hating on the bomb text more than I've ever seen because he works in the golf and he has like personal relationships with all these people and he literally FaceTimed his friend just to show his friend that I was using bomb text. He's like, look, his friend's like,
golly.
I didn't know people actually use these.
Did you capitalize on that? Did you say, okay, then give me some other clubs?
I didn't have to because Joe offered up himself. He's like, dude, we got to get some better clubs in your hands. I was like, yeah,
I would love that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll see.
Heck yeah.
I haven't cashed in on that yet, but
and
that
tell
would
him
be
you
awesome.
have a podcast host that will also like some clubs.
Right or left-handed. He'll take either. He still figured it out.
Okay. So. I was going to say, I'd prefer left though, Joe. That's awesome.
Anyway, so that's the interesting guy in my life from this week.
I have an interesting guy as well. Actually, there are 2 women. So not, which equals 1 guy. Just kidding. No, at Panera the other day, Datter Days with my kids and my parents. First of all, it was a rough time to be at Panera. The Panera over here, kind of by your house, the one that you used to go to a lot with Chick-fil-A and Culver's over there.
Oh, right.
They only had 2 people working the entire store and they had no napkins.
COVID.
Imagine that, Jake. No napkins, Jake.
Oh, no. Dear Abigail, we've ran out of napkins.
I was baffled. Honestly, like I understand when you run out of like large cup lids, but
It's
napkins, there's billions of napkins in the United States.
Yeah, you should just ask people, hey, can you go to your car and empty out your glove box?
Right?
We'll take some napkins, please.
Yeah. Just like
Everybody's got napkins.
Like they literally gave us like folded over paper towels that looked like they were from the bathroom.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
I still remember in high school, one time my family and I, we went to Outback Steakhouse and they were out of A1 sauce. And I was like, how
That's
are you
like
a
your
steakhouse?
thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should have enough of this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we're sitting there trying to be patient, waiting for our stuff. And this woman comes up to us and she says, "Hi, Brad." And I say,
Here we go.
and she has a mask on. So I don't recognize her.
It
but
was just Halloween.
that's right.
Like, whoa, you scared my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Come
scream
on.
mask.
Yeah. Chucky? No, but I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "I follow you on Instagram. I think you're really funny."
Dude, you're crushing it with getting recognized.
My
later.
parents think I'm a A-list celebrity, dude. Every time I'm out in public with them, they're seeing me get recognized.
I mean, it's a pretty high frequency at this point.
My dad's like, "That's amazing." He's like, can't believe it. But she was really sweet. And then she walked away and my parents asked me all these questions. Like I'm supposed to read the mind of the woman who just interacted.
Yeah, like,
Well, how did she know you?
yeah.
Like,
How long did she wait to say hi to you?
does she watch your podcast or like listen, like watch your videos? Or I'm like, the whole conversation was right in front of you.
You saw it. There's no deleted scenes here.
So then anyway, near the end of the time, I was getting a refill on my drink like a good American does. And they were right there. And so I said, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Their names are Meg and Madeline. So shout out to them. And Meg was a big fan. Madeline just now follows us on Instagram.
Okay.
But I think she found us. She was at the Trey Kennedy, the Jake Triplett show featuring Trey Kennedy in Kansas City.
Oh, just the live show Trickle Down.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually?
No, I don't know if it was like live show Trickle Down. I think she had already been following us and stuff, but she did go to the show.
Okay,
I think
cool.
she was a Trey Trickle Down.
Okay.
But anyway, it was just fun to once again just be seen. And it also just makes me like kind of self-conscious every time I go out in public now. Like today I have my my overalls on, like my woodworking overalls on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, if somebody sees me, they're either going to think I'm just a weirdo
Or like, that's probably not Brad.
yeah, exactly.
I thought
Surely
it
that's
looks
not
like
him.
him in the face, but that guy's unemployed.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, but yeah,
Congrats
anyway,
on that.
thank you. It's just once again, just always just like, I don't know. Am I going to get noticed? Am I going to get recognized right now? Is somebody watching me eat my Hawaiian Bros right now for the 8th time this week? So
Hawaiian Bros is good.
it's like maybe top 2, not 2 for me right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the speed and that they're open till 11 p.m. Both of those are nice for me.
Yeah.
Except new house, long ways to go for an H Bros.
I'll call it right now. They're going to open one soon enough near you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
They're expanding like crazy.
Yep. That's the word. That's the scuttlebug. Bud. Mar-a-Lago.
Also, I have
looky here. Look at this phone call.
yes, let's talk to him.
Joe Gilliland.
Yeah.
Joe, what up, dude?
What up, dog?
I'm actually recording a podcast right now. I was literally just got done talking about you and how much fun we had in Dallas.
On the podcast?
On the pod, baby.
Are you taking a break from recording?
No, dude.
No, we're on right now. You're on the air. I was talking about how you were hating on my bomb text.
Dude, the bomb texts, they don't go hard. That's for sure. But when Jake swings them, they go a long way.
Thank you, Joe.
You bombed it. You bombed the bomb tech for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was literally just talking about you, so it's funny you called.
Oh, well, shout out. Yeah, just call me after. Jake's the man. Podcast.
Podcast.
All right, cool. I'll call you in a little bit.
All right. Bye.
Who's your linebacker that you represent?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
The white guy.
The white guy?
I was trying to remember the guy. Who's the guy you said you just recently picked up? Who was like a big pickup?
Been working with Micah Parsons.
Micah
Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
Very not white.
Well, the name Micah.
Very good though.
Micah Parsons. Okay, awesome. Thank you for answering your own trivia question. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, no worries. Later.
Yeah. Look, hey, Micah's a white name.
That's very true.
Most of the time. Also, why does the phone do that with the microphone? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but in our headphones,
It's a frequency thing.
it's a frequency thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what always would happen with amps when I was
Look at you just throwing out.
playing guitar,
Dude, that reminds me, we need to do the Jingle Bell Rock skit.
Oh, like
Your idea.
Yeah, G-Shorts or something.
Mhm.
I really think the guitar guy's idea was good. Trey does not like it.
It's hard to tell because he'll never just straight up say, no, I don't like that idea. He just won't
he just
add
is
on.
passive enough.
Yeah,
it's
he's like,
so this upcoming week, Trey and Jake are going to be gone. They get back Monday, leave again Wednesday. And so it's like, this upcoming week, it's like, hey, Brad, just do a video by yourself. And so I was like, okay, an idea I've had for a while that I don't think you guys would need to be in is guitar guys. And I mentioned it like last week and then again this week. And he's like, yeah, maybe we should do another conservative dad one. And I was like, oh, okay. So you don't like guitar guys. But I think it'll be funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's really trying to just go after the characters, trying to build characters, I guess.
I think guitar guys could be a great character. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll just I'll just be like, Derek, keep rolling.
Hey, it's going to be our secret.
Yeah.
It was fun getting to film at your house yesterday, though.
It was fun. Yeah.
I got some some little moments of one-on-one time with Bo that I haven't had before.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I like watching you, interact with my kids a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like I do much better with children in private. No, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
I mean, behind closed doors.
Mar-a-Lago.
I mean, just when you're not around. I mean,
just like when they're not in their diapers.
No.
I mean, like when they're older. Not like I took their diaper off.
Yeah. Goodness. I just do better. Yeah. I don't even know.
Anyway.
You got some good time with Bo.
Good time with Bo.
Bo's going to be in the upcoming video.
Big time.
Maybe audio from Hattie. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see if she wants to do it or not.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
very
good.
full day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of stuff. Shot a video for Amazon. I don't think we've ever made a video for Amazon before.
Wow. Just straight up just admitting that you're working for the devil now, huh? Just kidding.
Yeah, both Jeffs, Epstein and Bezos. I love them.
Mar-a-Lago's great. Yeah, Mars is great too, apparently, according to Bezos.
Speaking of Amazon, actually, well, yeah, let's put a bookmark in filming your place. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Amazon. Have you ever? So I experienced this once in Seattle when we were on the limo trip. There was this store in the base of like this. I don't know if it's the headquarters of Amazon. Are they based in Seattle?
They are.
Okay, it might have been the base of like the headquarters, like the high rise. There was like a store, just like a market, like a transitioned Whole Foods kind of thing, where you don't pay for anything. You just
RFID?
take it. Not even that.
What do you mean?
It's like strictly like artificial intelligence and like camera based because they have to know who to charge it to.
Oh, sure.
Like they have to use like your face to know who you are.
Wow.
And who to charge the money to.
Okay.
And we were talking to some people who worked at Amazon because they're like friends of friends who were there nearby. And they're like, one of the guys, I remember him saying like that was his project that he worked on. And we're like, can you tell us anything? And, like, what can you do? He's like, it's just a very private project. Like, I can't really tell you anything. We're like, give us something.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting. It also just feels wrong. You just go in there, you pick some stuff out, and you just leave. Just walk out. It's so fun. The reason I bring this up is because Love Field, the Dallas airport with Southwest, completely renovated since the last time I've been there. They have one of those stores. All the like signage, instead of just being like weird plastic, like Gate 37, it's all digital now. It's color coded. It'll show you a map of the airplane and show you like how full the flight's going to be.
Really?
It's awesome. New favorite airport, Love Field.
Oh, you went there this past week?
Yeah, sorry, this past week.
So I was like, I've been to Love Field kind of recently, and that must be like very recent stuff.
As of, whenever. Thursday.
I want to dig deeper, like you're saying, into this like facial recognition thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, the one thing he could tell us, it was kind of interesting. He said they brought in actual criminals for months and months and months to try and like figure out a way to like get around it.
Oh, I see.
They're like, because they will figure out a way to like, steal.
Man.
And the only thing that worked for one criminal was, I think it was like, he took out a bag of chips and like rolled around on the ground with them for like a couple minutes. And then he got and walked out. So I guess they're trying just all sorts of crazy stuff. That was the only thing that ever worked, was you roll around on the ground with chips and then you leave.
That's funny. See, I didn't
Amazon.
I'm thinking about it more the marketing standpoint of like if those cameras can not only detect your face, but they can be like, you're wearing a jean jacket and you're wearing this, and a jean jacket wearing, pants wearing guy also buys kettle cooked jalapeno chips and like funnels in like how to market.
It's like
to
targeted
the right
ads.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's my mindset. It's not
like
necessarily like how do you steal or how do you get away or break the system. Mine's more like they're doing way more than just recognize your face. They're they're looking at everything about you, and they're like, okay, or this guy is, he looks like he's 30 years old and he goes in and gets out in 7 minutes. This woman is in and out in 2 minutes and she looks like this. Therefore, this type of like all different things.
This guy's
height.
name is Micah, but he's not white.
Yeah.
This is throwing off the system.
I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
I like the idea of offline targeted ads. They
Yeah.
like are switching out, like you go to reach for something and it's like switches out the chips in front of you.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you want these? It's like, ooh, I do want
like
these.
the impulse buys at the end. Like
yeah.
just
but
keep switching
it's
around.
targeted to you.
Yeah. Like
Crazy world.
a lot of smells.
It's like a Black Mirror episode. Anyway, I settled that because Amazon is coming out with Amazon Echo frames, which sounds like it's gonna be some cool augmented reality thing. No, it's just sunglasses with really thick frames on the side that have a speaker built in that throws sound into your ear. It's not touching your ear. It's just ambient noise nearby your ear. And so the ad copy was like, if you can listen to podcast and still have a conversation. Like, why would I ever want to do that? It sounds so confusing for everybody.
That's the dream. You can multitask and do two things mediocrely. Okay.
Because like I like edited the video according to the script, which is like throw in background NPR podcast, like make it seem like Trey was listening to that. And it's so confusing in the video because all of a sudden there's like, okay, now there's a weird female voice.
It's like, whoa, is this being edited wrong? Or something, a glitch in here?
Or like sometimes when you're like, Instagram kind of bugs out and it's playing two videos at once. You're like, whoa, I just got to close out and like restart this again.
Yeah.
That's what it was like editing this video. I'm like, okay, I sent it to Trey. I was like, I edited it according to the script, but we're going to want to put music in there. Because Trey's already playing a man and a woman. And now you get a third voice in there that's neither of them. It's like, what is happening?
So did he have the glasses?
Yeah, they sent them to him. They didn't look necessarily super nice. Just massive frames, just so thick.
Okay.
And we didn't try them, so I don't know how well they work.
I'm just curious, how like is it loud enough that I could also listen to the podcast with you, or is it like directed enough? I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder how loud it has to be if it's like throwing it. I don't know. Amazon.
I'm sure eventually I'll have desires for new technology stuff, but like I'm just so content with my life right now.
I saw your portable DVD player. You were like, you think we got this back in 2009? Nope. This is a recent purchase.
Yeah. Before we got our minivan that has a DVD player in it, that was like our solution for Hattie watching stuff. Like, cause often like with the iPad, you had to like download stuff and have it ready and
sure.
limited your selection. And so we just bought like this $30 DVD player online, that was like, remember back in the day though, that was like the coolest thing. I feel like I never had one,
awesome.
but like I was always jealous of my friends
Master
that
of disguise,
had like this small little thing. If we watched TV, we had to bring in like our actual TV and get like the converter to the 3-prong thing. And everything. Mm-hmm. Like this one was so small and so compact and
6.5 inches diagonally.
Let's go.
Yeah. Good times.
But anyway, you'll see that in the video if you see something that looks kind of like an iPad. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So. How about the two videos that Gene Shorts have released with just Jake and I lately, being 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. As far as
I thought dog people would do great.
I thought it would too, dude.
Which I think it has something to do with the monetization being struck because Google doesn't want to like promote our video because it's not making money for them. It's gotta be. That was a good video.
I thought so too.
Dogs are great on the internet.
So you think that? Yeah. Explain to me a little more about that. Like, so
it's just a theory that Josh and I had back in the day. It's a theory that Trey and I have. Like, if you're a company like YouTube and you look at just like even without knowing it, it's just like X creator right here, just like fill in the blank. They put copyrighted music in their video. So because of that, the owner of the music is going to make money off it. YouTube is not going to make money off it. Mm-hmm. Why would I promote that video to random people online? Because it serves no purpose for us.
And so for whatever reason, we lost our way of making money on this video. So therefore, YouTube's not going to promote it to anybody outside of the circle of people that would already watch it.
Correct. I think, it's not like getting promoted on the side, like suggested videos. Like it's kind of like being like shadowed.
That makes sense.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah. Literally, we filmed those two videos together in the park that day, Dog People and Pun Guru.
I didn't think Pun Guru was going to do well.
But I think it was so fun. Like I thought, I didn't know how well it would do, but I thought like it's a pretty good video.
Yeah. But hey, Southern Republican, whatever, it's conservative dad. We're crushed.
Crushed it.
Who would have thought? So good for you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Isaac is cutting, I think he's got the jaws of life out. He's cutting open his car right now in the garage. He's saving a woman.
You're like an experienced woodworker when you know exactly the right tool that he's using.
Yeah, what's happening right now?
That's a planer.
Okay, which makes the long stringy sawdust.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact: is middle school Maddox sound effect back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a saw that like he cuts off his finger or something,
Yes.
right? Or messes up his finger. The sound effect is different than the actual tool. Of the
No
saw.
way. That
Yeah.
might have been my bad.
Really?
Might have been my bad.
That was a table saw sound effect on a miter saw saw.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I think I Googled table
Table
saw
saw
because I
noise.
thought that's what it was.
That's what lots of people do. Like
Dang
sometimes
it.
you'll be like, hey, do you have a table saw? And they'll be like, the one that you put on a table and you cut with? Yeah, I have a table saw. A lot of people think that. So,
Dang.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't think that was your fault, or I wouldn't have called you out on it. I thought it was like, you had lots of other people working on that project with you. So
We did, but Trey and I kind of edited it together. That was probably me.
let's try probably.
It's also weird, like editing a video with a guy watching over you, but the
Yeah.
guy watching over you is in charge. So you're just like making decisions. Like, I hope this is cool. You cool with it? Like, I'm looking back every 30 seconds. You good with?
Like, surely this is okay, right?
You good with what I've been doing?
Especially when it's like, should I laugh at this, even though I've seen it for 15 times now?
Yeah. I decided, it's time to just continue. Let's start the brick by brick, where we're gonna ramp up. Wow, that planer's loud. My goodness, I cannot focus right now. I've just kind of slowly ramped up my spending, gearing up for all the money that's about to go out next week. I'm finally closing on the house.
Well, you're investing in something that's going to surely make you money, and so rather than like having more money eventually, throw some more money into the house. Right? That's how it works.
Yeah. So yeah, down payment, closing cost, also, hey-oh. Whoa.
They don't tell you about that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about that more after the podcast. My goodness. Just sucking me dry. Jeez.
Friends didn't give you too much of a discount on the
Yeah,
closing
no,
cost?
not dry. That's an exaggeration. But in preparation for that, how loud is that? Is that the loudest planer in Kansas? Is that a Guinness World Record? I feel like it's not even going to translate to you guys who are listening right now. But I mean, Brad and I have headphones on.
Hey! We're filming a podcast! It can wait!
You mind if I use one of my machines?
No, that's great.
Oh, okay. You got started yet, or
No, we were just talking. We were just chatting.
Just
you
do a
hear
quick.
the last machine? Because I'm about to use the louder.
That's that. What's louder than that?
No, there's nothing louder. I felt bad the entire time. I was like, I gotta quick do this.
What is it for?
Throwing a little cutting board in, a little extra gift for a client.
Oh,
extra.
goes the
So
extra
come on,
mile.
order something
Come on,
for me,
come
then
on.
You get an extra cutting board.
That guy, man.
Oh, it's all good.
Isaac,
I
could
didn't even
you-
notice it.
From a distance, could you recognize different tools, like and what they are? Like if you hear somebody down the street like using a tool, would you recognize what it is?
Yes. Between like a table saw or like a miter saw, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a
Miter saw versus table saw. Yeah, exactly.
Brad was just saying that.
Jake.
No, apparently not. Middle School Maddox, episode 3. I did not. I did not know the difference in table saw and miter saw.
Jake learned what planer shavings look like the other day.
Nice, dude.
He's like, "What is this?" I was like, "That's sawdust." He's like, "That's not sawdust."
I've seen sawdust.
That is not dust from
I've edited a mini series where woodworking was involved, so I think I would know.
I think I'm an expert.
My
Wow.
apologies.
Oh,
No,
you're
you're
good.
good. You're good. Okay. The other night, I think I told you this already. We were watching the game at Gunner's house, but the night before, a bunch of friends came over. We just hung out and had dinner together, played games. And two of the friends there were Harrison and his girlfriend Abby. Abby suggested we play Telephone Pictionary, which is I'm an easygoing guy, so I'll play anything. But
Yeah.
Telephone Pictionary is kind of a funny one to play when you're 30 years old because everyone remembers playing that like your freshman year of college. At least
Yeah,
I do, right?
I don't think the ceiling is very high on like how much fun you can have with telephone
Exactly,
Pictionary.
100%. It's like we started out with "'Tis the season to be jolly,"
And now,
and then they had like a season and a happy face, and then that person wrote "fall happy." And it's always just like good one.
that's just a classic miscommunication. That's what the
Yeah.
game is built off of.
But for some reason, somebody in our group, I don't know who it was, like had never played, and so we were explaining it to them.
Okay.
And Hattie was still awake and she was sitting with me, like she was kind of my partner with it. I think our sentence was, "The camel went to the library and then ate corn," and she thought it was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
But somebody was explaining like the game, and you're like, "Yeah, so you write it and then you pass it, and you write and you pass it," and Harrison just goes, "Oh, so like puff puff pass, like puff puff pass, right?"
I mean, is there more Harrison thing to
And,
say?
and everyone looks at Harrison like, "What are you doing?" And literally like the classic thing. Hattie just goes, buff, buff, pass. So I'm like, oh boy, Harrison, thanks a lot. And like, we're like all trying to like kind of be cool about it. Like, don't say that. Like,
Don't say
out of all, yeah, Harry's just so funny, man. Like, have we talked about that on the podcast before? Like where there's been a few times where like he's just telling a story, retelling a story, and he cusses, not like anything like terrible, but like he'll say a cuss word, and then Hattie's right there. And I'm like, dude. And she's like 2.5, 3 years old at the time. And he's like, she can't understand what I'm saying. Like, what? She's not a blob.
Definitely can.
She memorized Peter Rabbit when she was like a year and a half old.
She knows Romans 3:23.
Right.
So,
and she is, yeah.
And you're making her do it.
Living proof of it right now. Yeah. So anyway, Harry just cracks me up, man.
That's funny. Dude, he has been cracking me up. 2 weeks in a row, we've watched a Chiefs game together, and something he said, I found myself thinking about 4 days later because it was so funny.
Do you remember what they were?
I mean, both of them are like contextual and like not that funny.
Okay.
It's like trying to tell you, it's like a you had to be there story.
Yeah.
But the first one was, this one might still be funny. We're watching the Chiefs game last week, and the Chiefs are like winning, but barely against the Giants.
It's
and
weird.
It's not pretty. And Abby can kind of feel the vibe in the room, I guess. I mean, we are still having a good time. I mean, I'm slamming puppy chow. Everybody's there.
We're laughing hard.
Yeah,
still.
it's a fun night.
Yeah.
And Abby just goes, so is this like fun for you guys? And not even being sarcastic or snarky, just like genuinely like, do you guys enjoy doing it? You guys do this like every week.
Yeah.
And you like it?
Yeah.
And we were all like giving her a hard time. And then Harrison was like equating it to like alcohol. He's like, when does it kick in? When do I start feeling it? Like that was her. And that was it. That's what made me laugh so hard. That was good. And then this week, were you there when he started doing the Falcons dance?
No, the Dirty Bird?
No, kind of. So they were showing a clip. Maybe you'd already left. They were showing a clip on TV of the Falcons dancing in the locker room after they had won. I mean, they were going crazy dancing in there. And Abby goes, is this before the game? And so then we were laughing like, yeah, that's how they get hyped. They actually don't come and stretch.
Yeah.
They just dance for an hour. And so then Harrison acted it out for us. Like instead of doing calisthenics, he was just like dancing in the living room. It was a sight to see.
If you get Harrison on a little bit of momentum, like he's
funniest
a
guy
sight
we know.
to see.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like he has to get warm. He's like a work truck. You know, he's got to get warmed up. But once he's there, he's there.
It's like by the time you get to your destination, it's like, now it's warm.
Now
I got to get out.
Because I left with 3 minutes left in the game.
Oh, that's right. You did.
So
yeah, he was just getting warm.
Yeah, he was just then getting into it. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting development in my life is that I had to leave from the Chiefs game because I am now on a board for something.
Kansas City Chiefs. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, ever heard of them?
Gracie Hunt's dad.
In with Gracie's daddy. Oh my gosh.
Now I can follow her on Instagram and call it work.
Dude, you want to Catherine, 2 weeks ago, I think was that podcast. Catherine said she laughed so hard.
There were multiple times that
Hunt
episode.
part.
She's like, Jake, you made me laugh out loud today.
Yes. That part and the part where you were talking about Gunner being the first millionaire to ever get it from collecting pennies. Like she was like, I laughed so hard at those things, which is awesome to hear. Like she
still finds this funny. Yeah.
She likes listening to stuff, but no, I'm on the board for Kansas City K-Life. So
where it all began.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
Brad and I.
Yeah. And so Peter and I are on the board. I don't know if that's saying something about me getting older, or if that's saying more about them just getting desperate for people that they need.
That's how I felt about
Brad will say yes.
Most major opportunities I've gotten in life. I'm like, I think this came down to a lack of like other options.
Next trick shot superstar.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I love when they were like showing everyone's resume on there.
Harlem Globetrotter, X Games gold medalist.
Like 150,000 followers.
Chevy Impala driver. Yeah. Oh, they literally, I didn't even ask them to do this. Obviously didn't edit the video. They put my specialty down as fast food. The other guy said Harlem Globetrotter, like Olympic gymnast. Fast food.
They're like, this guy won't go very far.
Yeah. When I got asked to be on programs, it was because nobody came back that summer.
Really?
Which that led to a lot of good things. So shout out to you, JD Weeby.
There you go. JD Weeby.
Sorry, keep going. So lack of options has led you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm on the board. So I don't know much to say about that yet, but I'm going to be making decisions, I guess, for things.
What is your role?
I don't know yet. I don't think there is much of a role yet.
You should create one.
I think
Mic guy.
As I was there, I was like, okay, I think part of it is just to help fundraise and find people to fundraise and also find people to get involved.
You'd be good at that.
Yeah. I think I like both those things a lot. I think I have somewhat of a good amount of connections here in Kansas City, and we know a lot of young people that might want to get involved. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
if maybe I'll just shout them out right now on the podcast. They're looking for small group leaders, looking for people to mentor young kids. So if you're
young adult in KC,
and if you got to be a Christian, be a Christian to do it. Okay.
that's probably the third main thing.
Yeah.
Young adult, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Follower of Jesus.
I think so.
While we're asking for things,
let's do it.
I could use a roommate
Okay.
or two.
Okay.
So holler at me because that mortgage payment's
male.
coming quick.
Male roommate.
Probably.
Okay.
But
Or maybe it's a new girl situation.
what do you mean new? Oh, the show.
And
I was like, she would be new for me. It'd be my first time living with her. Yeah. Yep. Let me know.
Okay.
Olathe, we got a pool.
Oh yeah, right across the street.
Right across the street.
Yeah, baby.
The pool is right across the street. I want to emphasize that to people. Like, where are you living? I'm down in Olathe. Oh, nice neighborhood. Yeah, and the pool is right across the street.
Mhm.
Right
You
across
can
the street.
see everything. You go up to my attic, you punch a hole in the wall, you can see
My
everything.
God. You ever seen Disturbia? It's like that, but it's not dark.
But you don't have to wear an ankle bracelet if you know what I mean. Dude, I love Disturbia.
Great flick.
Like irrational love for Disturbia.
Yeah.
I think Ronnie's amazing.
That's Peter was talking about Ronnie on the T box today.
Really?
He said greatest character in cinema history. Literally, he's like, I don't know his name, but I was like, are you talking about the Asian dude? He's like, yep. I was
Dude,
like, huh.
If we ever need like a third person on our podcast, like pretty regularly, I think Peter should be the guy because Peter like thinks outside the box in such a subtle but hilarious way. Like, so the other night we were all hanging out, and then you witnessed this the next day as well. It's just like a classic guy thing. So the guys were eating in one room, girls were eating in another, and guys just like got on this kick of like thinking of old players from like the 2000s, like NFL players, and like none of us knew where they went to college, and then we'd look it up. And then we'd like give like a small hint and then try to guess it. So like we'd be like Keyshawn Johnson, where Keyshawn Johnson play?
Ooh, okay, that's good. That's good.
And so we looked it up, and like one person looked it up, and then they're like, all right, first we just kind of try to guess, like, I don't know, Florida State,
Purdue,
Georgia Southern, whatever. And then like after 2 minutes, we're like, okay, give us a little
get some hints.
And usually we would give a hint by saying the west or the east side of the United States,
or maybe conference, like normal ways to divide things.
Right. And so they got to I forget what my player was.
Devontae Adams.
No, Devontae Adams was the next day.
Oh.
But yeah, that night I was like, okay, you want me to split the country in half? And everyone's like, yeah, split the country in half. And Peter goes, yeah, split it in half, but split it up in north or south.
Horizontally. Like being completely serious.
Yeah. And so it's just such like a funny, like subtle humor thing of like, yeah.
Why would no one knows where a half is?
Right.
Like that was so hard.
Like no one knows if Memphis is in the top half or the bottom half.
Memphis is tricky, or like even Missouri. Like
St.
part
Louis.
of Missouri.
Right.
Split?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Like if he goes to Arkansas, like where's Fayetteville? I think that's in the bottom. I'm not positive. Like where's that? And it's just like California's just off limits at
is
this
it
point.
all above?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I think San Diego's down low, but I don't know the geography of California very well at all.
That'd be one of
Sacramento's
those-
up top, maybe.
Got it. They call it NorCal.
There you go.
NorCal.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun thing to like, a poll of like, we asked 100 people on the street to divide the country horizontally. Like, where do they draw the line?
Yeah.
Like, you get some crazy ones.
Without looking at the map, obviously. Like where is the line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter needs to come on the pod. It's getting so hard to like do bonus episodes. I think you guys are pretty aware with my schedule right now. It's hard to get these in. Honestly, it is starting to set in. I'm not getting like tired or exhausted necessarily. It's just starting to like, things are starting to pile up in my real life.
Yeah.
Because I'm not home. You know, I'm trying to like, I got to do 2 podcasts. I'm shooting for a trades channel, shooting for Gene Shorts. I'm trying to date. There's like important things happening.
Right.
And anyway, so it's getting a little tricky, but I do want to do some bonus episodes. I thought it'd be fun to get Lindsay Porter on a bonus episode.
Oh,
just why not?
Yeah.
Just
let her go. Go ahead.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah.
Why'd you dye your hair purple? Get it out of your system.
That's right. Yeah, she would be great.
Gotta have Gunner, gotta have Peter.
Yeah.
Honestly, Logan Cleaver did great in his like 5 minutes of bonus time
Logan
during
will be
March
good.
Madness.
And he's going to be a roommate soon, right?
Yes. Not as soon as I thought he was going to be.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's
looking for a roommate for a month or two even, maybe.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. How do we get there? What is that topic?
Puff, puff, pass, I think is how we got there, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for us.
I
I want to talk real quick about the shows.
you went to some shows this weekend.
I did some shows. Only did 3 cities, one night or one show per night, which was nice.
3 of the biggest cities in America, though.
Yeah. San Antonio, top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
That's right.
Not 8.
Who taught you that?
Did you?
Same guy that told you about Luke Copeland's cutting boards, baby.
San Antonio was cool. It's my first time ever being there.
Top 8, not 8.
You ever been there?
I've been there at least once.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I went to the Riverwalk. That was cool.
That our performance, our like venue was on the river.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it was great. I was just walking around there by myself one day. Or
Waddling.
the day. And I got recognized across a river.
No.
You ever been
First
recognized
time?
across a body of water?
Nope.
It's first for me.
No.
It's like, puddle? Does that count?
Let me think. Yeah.
Yeah, some guy just yells at me. I'm walking by myself. I got a little coffee in my hand. Yo, you do skits with Trey Kennedy? And there's a lot of people around. That's a pretty popular area. But I was like, yeah. And he was just like, dude, I'm a big fan. What are you doing in town? It's like, you're not that big of a fan, probably.
Yeah.
Like, what brings you to San Antonio? I'm like, we're doing a show. Still yelling across the river. And I was like, you should come. So he's like, okay, I might.
How I can't remember how wide was it very hard to talk to this
No,
guy?
it was like,
It was just more we were in public yelling back and forth.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like a little awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather you walk across the bridge and let's just talk, but whatever.
That's cool.
But yeah, recognized across the river.
Okay.
So good times in San Antonio. And then Dallas was really fun. I almost lost my voice in that Dallas day, just, golfing with Joe.
Yeah.
And then right into, there's so many people there. Like I went straight from there to people calling me wanting free tickets. I called my dad just to update him. I talked all day long. Then I perform. There's like Joe and his wife are backstage before the show, after the show. And then I'm hanging with biggest meet and greet line I've ever done after a show.
Really?
It was just really fun. Just a lot of pictures, a lot of small talk.
Oh, go ahead.
And then after that, then I'm hanging with like a bunch of Kanakuk people afterwards. So thought
Dr.
it was
Pepper
really good.
cake?
Got my Dr. Pepper cake.
Yeah.
Jeff is the man. Give him a big
Right?
old hug.
Right?
He's the man. He
I was
there
so
with
pumped
like,
for you.
yeah, with like maybe all of his children. I didn't get like a formal introduction of like who's who, but
Okay.
he was there in a Ghostrunners
I think
shirt.
he just has 2 daughters.
Okay, daughters and some friends then.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of women and
Yeah.
Jeff.
Good for him.
But the cake was nice.
Dude.
Jeff, I took it back. If you're listening, I took it back with all my friends. We split it up and we all had it. And no one believed me there was a Dr. Pepper cake.
Really?
Because it's it's not like a super like,
It doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper.
yeah, it's like a
necessarily.
chocolate cake with like
Yeah.
a little Dr. Pepper in it. But I was like, I'm almost positive that, I'm starting to doubt it. I'm like, no, he said Dr. Pepper cake. So it was awesome. And then I had it I took it to Houston, had
Yeah.
it that night in the green room. So
That's
good cake.
Yeah, if you don't remember, this guy, I made a table for him in Dallas, delivered it, and then he gave me this Dr. Pepper cake. And then Jake's like, what? I want some Dr. Pepper cake?
It
And
was
so-
awesome.
Yeah. So he texted me like earlier that week. It was like, I don't know. It sounds like security's kind of tight to get in there or whatever. I don't know if Jake can take it back. I don't want to have another Amish Jam fiasco. And I was like, I think Jake and his friends can definitely eat that thing before they leave.
Yeah.
So
It was
glad
so
got to
fun.
you.
Yeah. It was a
Okay.
good time.
So like, yeah, biggest meet and greet line because you're just amazing, or
There was just it was a math thing. There was like 2,500 people there.
yeah. Could you tell like this is way different? Like, cause what's the normal, like what was Kansas City?
And like
15?
yeah, like 1,500 or so.
Okay.
That's probably pretty normal what we're used to. And
Yeah.
that was still awesome.
Yeah,
that
of
was
course.
crazy. That's so many people. And this was like just every little laugh lasts longer. The big laughs
Mhm.
last way longer.
Right.
And it just, you could feel it, even though it's dark, you could just feel like I'm in a big room. Like this is a big space,
Yeah.
just the way the sound reverberates. And I don't know, it was cool. I did that little like video that I posted and I was so nervous for that. I wasn't nervous to perform. I did my whole set. It goes awesome. I'm like, guys, I want to do one thing. Like I know as a comedian, I'm probably supposed to like play it cool or whatever, but I don't care. Like this is crazy. I've never performed for anything close to this many people.
Yeah.
Is it cool if I do a video with you guys really quick? And they seem really excited.
Yeah.
And I was just really genuine with them. And so I
was
just said this
good.
dumb joke and then flipped the camera around and panned it to all of them. And yeah, I was like really nervous to film an Instagram story.
That was actually, you actually did that all right there.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like 2 different clips put together.
Dang it. Derek said that too.
Oh,
I
sorry.
should have just like turned around, I guess.
Yeah.
Cause
Sorry.
yeah.
It was great.
No,
The
no.
sound effect for the table saw was perfect.
No, I think I had too clean of a flip around or something, I
Well,
guess.
the first part looks like your thing that you always do in your Instagram stories,
Yeah, I used
where
to
you make
yeah.
those goofy jokes. And so I just thought like, oh, he did that before the show, and then he like filmed this kind of funny thing.
No, I literally delivered that
That's
joke
awesome.
when
That
my
makes
set
me
was
love
over.
it way more.
Yeah, no, it truly was. It was
Oh, that's
real, and
great.
it was nerve wracking. Like I don't like filming my Instagram story in front of like one person. I'm like I'm gonna wait till they leave.
Right. Just
Just
in
film it in
case.
front of 2,500 people. Like what if I screwed up?
Yeah.
They're like,
what if
sorry.
you're- let me do this again. Let me do this again.
sorry. Mar-a-Lago. Legos.
Yeah, you
Logos.
know it. You know the thing.
You guys know it. Line. So anyway, but it was very fun, very memorable night. It was just like kind of emotional. It was just like not super emotional, but I think Trey and I were just like That was crazy. That was awesome. Like, it just
Really?
felt different. Like
Really?
that was really cool. Also, Joe, just the nicest guy. Like, I came off stage, just give me a massive hug. Like, we wanted to hook Joe up with tickets, and there literally was not an open seat in the house. Like,
Wow.
we're like, we want to give you a ticket. There's just not one.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just sneak you in the side.
That's the best ticket of all.
Yeah, this was awesome. And I came off stage, and he just gave me the biggest hug. And like, Joe and I aren't necessarily that tight,
Yeah.
you know, but he was just like, dude, I'm so proud of you. Like, it was cool to just hug someone when you get done off stage. And he's just so nice. And I mean, my first drive of the day that morning, he's like, dude, you should seriously think about doing a long drive competition. I mean, that's Joe. You know, I'm like, I don't think
He pumps
I'm
you
near
up,
that.
though. I love it.
And then I get off stage. He's like, I cannot believe how good that was. Like, you need to be doing this as a career. In the future, you would need to be. I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, this is awesome. Thank you so much for saying all this.
Keep talking. Just
So
chill all the time with me. That's awesome.
it was just fun. Just very thankful. It was a
Yeah.
good time. Glad they keep doing it. This week is Florida week, so it should be fun.
And then H-Town, tell us about.
H-Town, I met some of your family, Brad.
Yeah.
Almost didn't. I got a little caught
Okay.
up backstage when the show was over, so I didn't get out to the lobby as quick as I wanted to. And then even once I did,
That's right.
I hopped off the stage and I saw your brother-in-law and his wife,
Yeah. Catherine's brother,
Walker,
and Robin.
his wife, Robin.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, he texted. He had called me. Like, this was the night that I was hanging out with all my friends. And
Oh,
so
fun.
I wasn't around my phone, and he like called me and texted me like, "Hey, tell Jake this. Like, we're trying to meet with them. We just got to see him for just a second, but then we like didn't see him much longer. But we'd love to talk to him more or something."
Oh, gotcha.
And I like missed all these texts until like 3 hours later. So I was like,
Well,
"Sorry,
they
guys."
found me.
Yeah.
It works. So yeah, I chatted with them for a long time. And then, there were I saw a bunch of people who like were there that I knew personally, like from Kanakuk, but I didn't get to see them in the lobby afterwards. So it was kind of a
really?
bummer. I was like, I bummed I like missed you. I mean, probably like 8 or 9 people that I would have loved to see that were at the show.
Okay, so here's a question for future showers. How long should they wait for you? Like,
I will be in the lobby at some point.
Okay.
You just got to find me.
and what if they get pushed out of the lobby by bouncer guy? Is that then like, sorry, I don't think I can see you?
I guess so. The ushers, it's getting to be a very regular thing where this is actually really bad in Houston. Before the show, it's like 5:45. People are not even in yet. I'm trying to go up to the dressing room, and this like old man is just like, "What are you doing?" And like, I didn't even know there was like a man sitting there. He's like an usher. And, I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I'm just heading to the dressing room, and he's like, "Where's your wristband?" And I was like, "Oh, we haven't really done wristbands. I didn't know we were doing wristbands, but I'm one of the performers tonight." And he's like, "Got to see your wristband to get through here." And I was like, "Really?" Just like no one is there. Like, I can't believe security is even being enforced at this point. Like, anyone here right now is a performer. And I'm like, well, like, I don't know where our wristband is. I know Tom is like trying to get us a hotel room right now. So like our tour manager isn't here, but like, here's a video of me last night in Dallas. I showed him the video on my phone. He's like, "Sorry, man. Only thing that's going to work is the
That looks
wristband."
spliced together. I don't know about this.
I think he pre-recorded it beforehand. Legitimately
So
would not.
what'd you do?
I waited until Tom got back from the hotel, and then I was like, I'm just gonna have Tom talk to this guy.
Oh, that would be so tough to not be a jerk in that moment.
I know.
Like, it'd be so tough to be like, "Listen, man, like, I'm the second biggest performer of the night." Like, and you've done it however many 15 times now.
Yeah.
It'd be hard not to. It'd be like, I'm glad that you didn't like.
I was very polite.
Yeah.
He was a sweet old man. I don't know if sweet's the right word.
But
He was an old
he's doing
man.
his job. He's doing his job. Like,
I guess so.
Like, yeah, the
also-
rule is this. You're
Yeah.
not. Yeah, whatever.
It
But
gave me golf course vibes. Like, the rule's the rule. I'm not willing
Yeah.
to look outside of it.
yeah.
I don't care who you are. So, and then after the show, I saw a friend in the lobby. I'm talking to her fiance, some friends, and an usher's like, "Sir, we gotta go, which I'm getting pretty used to this at this point. I'm like, "Oh, hey, no worries. I was actually one of the performers tonight." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You just look so normal." They say that every time. You just look like I didn't know you perform.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
What, like a subtle jab at you.
I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Do I look relatable? Because that's part of it." Ever heard of comedy? Sorry, I don't look like,
You
Tom
look so
Cruise.
normal.
Yeah, that's happened. I mean, verbatim, that's happened twice now. Like, "Oh my God, sorry, you just look so normal that I didn't know."
You didn't have like some bright colored shirt on.
That said, "I'm the act."
Right.
Big wristband guy. But Houston's ushers were something else. Because I mean, they were just like, it was like clockwork. Every like 30 seconds, a different usher would be like, "Hey, we gotta go. And then like the head usher would come and snag, like, hey, he's one of the performers. Like, "I am so sorry. I'm so sorry." 30 seconds later,
Hey,
Yo,
guys,
we gotta go. We gotta go. Head usher would go, "Hey, no, that's what I." "Oh, sir, I am so sorry." That happened like 4 times.
So the
It's
head
awesome.
usher's just doing a bad job of communicating. Basically.
Yeah, and I just look so normal. I look so basic. So,
Well, that's too bad you didn't see all the people that you probably wanted to, but
otherwise, really cool space. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I made a Patreon video. That arena it felt like an arena.
yeah, it did. It looked like an arena.
It was very like new and Yeah, there's a cool balcony and it was fun. Still loving it. It's awesome. Having so much fun.
What percentage of the way are you on this tour? Like 50%? Like,
or coming up on 50. Yeah, we got to be pretty close.
Because it just feels like it just keeps going and going.
I know.
It's amazing.
I'm kind of ready for like, after this Florida, no, we got 2 more weeks of like bang, bang. And then it's like 6 days off for Thanksgiving. That is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Where I do nothing but just move into my house and spend a lot of money. But it's still to have time to hang with my friends.
So this week we got Birmingham?
We got Tampa, aka Clearwater. Clearwater, Orlando, Jacksonville, Birmingham, New Orleans.
Okay.
Which is only our second show on a Sunday. Both times. Chiefs play on Sunday night.
Shoot.
Oh, well.
We're going to have people over to our house that night too, Jake. You want to come?
I would love to.
You want to just FaceTime in on the stage?
Mm-hmm. I'll splice it together later.
Bummer.
Yeah, but good times. Nice to all the ghosties who have been on all the shows. You guys are so kind. I would say Dallas was like extra pleasant.
Really?
All the ghosties, extra pleasant. And actually, and San Antonio too. Kristen and Amy, I think your names are. You guys are awesome. There was a bunch of other people there too. But
any tips for being extra pleasant?
Just, if you're generally a pleasant person, keep doing that.
That's a good tip, Jake.
I don't know how to get it. Here's a text. When you are coming to Birmingham, can I set you up on a blind date?
Say, I prefer my women to be able to see me.
I was thinking of that joke too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything.
Was she born blind?
Yeah.
If I say the color blue, will she know what that means?
Wow.
Wow.
I never thought about that.
What?
Just like that.
Being born blind is way worse than developing it later.
Wow. Yeah.
Because then it's like, this is like a square. Like, what is that? I guess you could figure out a square. This is like a warm color. That's tricky.
Dude, speaking of warm, shout out to...
I'm wearing a jean jacket.
Shout out to the idea of transparency that I was not going to tell that fireplace story on the podcast.
Yeah, it was a hilarious story.
Which people really enjoyed, first of all. Second of all, it made me realize, like, I think I got some issues with my fireplace. I had it checked out today, and it needs some work.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of a bummer. And it was definitely because of my fire that I blazed up there. But luckily, our house is not going to burn down now, so we're going to get it fixed.
Okay. I'm glad you got that looked at.
So shout out to all the ghosties who were concerned about
looking
me.
out for you.
Yeah, they're like, funny story, but that actually sounds kind of dangerous. I would have that checked out. So
got it checked out.
I don't know about chimneys.
Hey,
the guy came by today. He was like, "Yeah, this thing and this thing," and I'm like, "What does that mean? Can you explain it again?"
Yeah,
it was like one of those classic, like the mechanic kind of things. Like, yeah, your carburetor and the girders and the
rotary.
You're gonna want to get the axles, rusted out.
3/4 slug nuts.
You should have seen. It was like 7/8.
Looked like Okinawa in there.
That's right. So anyway, so shout out to the ghosties and everything else. I went to my niece's musical on Thursday.
That sounds awful.
My sister listens to the podcast. It wasn't awful. The shelves, man.
We get closer to the shelves. That hurts.
It was not. It was 30 minutes long. So shout out to that.
Big shout out to that.
But I'll say when I left, I thought it's only 6:30. Like I didn't feel like it was only 30 minutes long. No, it was great. It was a Pirates theme thing. The biggest thing is for me was that the kids weren't singing loud enough. Okay. Like just in general, like I don't like, you're not expected as a kid to be able to sing really well. My niece is in 3rd grade. Like I don't expect those kids to be amazing singers.
Okay.
But the one thing, and I'm not, this is obviously a joke. Like the music teacher is great. Appreciate her as a teacher, whatever. But if I were her, I would hire somebody like Big Daddy.
Okay. Board member.
Come in, hey, kids, get there 45 minutes early. I come in, kids are all in the room. I pump the heck out of those kids. I get them. I'm like, I don't
Jock
care.
Jams.
You hit every single word and you hit it loudly.
Yeah.
I think those kids could get so much louder if you just, because the big song they do at the beginning and the end, it was like bookends, was ahoy there, arg, ahoy there, arg. I could get those kids screaming that thing.
Arging up the...
I would dress up like a pirate. I would come in. I'd have a name for myself. I'd be Shiver Me Timber. And I would just...
I love that name.
Thank you. And I would just pump them up. I would probably be like, hey, secretly, I'm going to be in the back. I'm going to be in the back and I'm going to be watching ye. And I'm going to do a competition between...
Whoever is the quietest walks the plank.
Walks the plank, mateys. It's going to be a competition between the lassies and the lads. I would literally be like, we need to see who's going to be louder, the boys or the girls.
Yeah, camp counselor style.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they would be screaming that thing.
Yeah.
Like it killed me. Like you could still hear like the piped in music, you know, like on the loudspeakers of the gym, which is terrible speakers always. It's like, no, those kids need to be screaming that thing.
This is good. I like that you're on the K-Life board. This is what you can provide. From like a programming standpoint,
Yeah.
you get to talk to the staff members once a month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, walk me through. What are we doing? What are we doing at K-Life on Mondays?
Yeah.
What kind of games?
How
can we make it louder? How can we make it better?
Right.
Is anything pirate themed? I'd like something to be pirate themed.
I would like I'm not budging on the pirate thing.
Someone is called Shiver Me Timber, please.
Yeah. Shiver Me Timber is a good skit character.
Yeah?
Shiver Me.
My skit character would be Jack Arrow.
Or Jack's Sparrow. Yeah.
Jack Sorrow.
Yeah.
Really sad pirate.
We did a pirate theme or a skit that one time. Lucky the pirate.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this before on the podcast, but archery, not a fun class to teach at Kanakuk. Pretty boring. It's like axe throwing. Like you do it twice, like I get it.
Yeah.
I got it. But I would dress up like I was Peter Malark. I would read excerpts from the Hunger. Like I had the Hunger Games with me at
That's
camp.
fun.
So I was reading it. And so I would go and I would read excerpts from the battle scenes.
Love it.
And get them all fired up. And
That's fun.
yeah, you do the same thing. You have sailing class. That can be fun or not fun.
Yeah.
But if you dress up like you go to the skit closet just
Yeah.
2 minutes before,
Yep.
put on a pirate hat, put on an accent.
Yep.
Memory maker. That's what
Yes.
it's all about.
It was almost like required at K Country to do stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
you got judged pretty hard if you didn't dress up like Robin Hood for archery. It's like, what are you doing?
Really?
You're going to BB and you're not wearing army like stuff, fatigues. Like, cause our kids were 7. You know, they got to shoot the BB gun once because it was so hard for them to pump it.
Oh gosh.
So imagine archery, like they can't pull back the arrows, you know.
Have I ever told you about recon class? Do you know about that elective?
That sounds kind of familiar.
It was a thing that was not part of the curriculum at any point
Yeah.
as like an elective you could take, but some guy, I forget his name now, started it. It's just like this thing in this, you know, whatever, but he would take kids and like, yeah, we're doing recon class.
Mhm.
And it was just like, I don't know, like quote unquote, just like weird manly things.
Right.
He would like, and it was honestly really cool. Like he would spend his off period catching fish, and then he would take chicken wire and like set that up in like a shallow end of the lake,
Okay.
and then have all the fish there.
That's cool.
And then for recon class all day, catch fish with your bare hands.
Let's go.
Was the class.
sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a fun one to really get into.
That's what I'm always like uber impressed. Like I definitely have creative bones in my body, but there were some people that literally like adventure was the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
like it was like literally like, hey, an hour of adventure, and any kid that wants to can just roam around the camp with you, and you just have to like find fun things for them
Think
to do.
of something.
And I like, to me, that is overwhelmingly hard for me. Like, I'm like, I can't.
I need
can't
some
get that.
parameters.
Yes, if it's like, let's make a game with 3 soccer balls on the football field, like I can figure that out.
Oh, okay.
But if it's like just roam around
Anything
and
goes?
figure out what these kids want to do. I don't know these kids, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Speaking of that, my old adventure buddy, who I always taught it with, Kevin Smith, was at the Dallas show. So good to see Smitty. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Smitty.
I like him from the little I know about him. That's fun.
Yeah, he's a man. Really great.
Dude, speaking of Robin Hood, kind of, we watched Robin Hood for our Friday night movie night this week. You would have thought it was I don't know, some comedy special. Like it was like, you would have thought it was the funniest movie ever. Like genuine, like dying laughter from Hattie and Bo. Like
Really?
just could not stop laughing at this thing. And I think Bo was probably just feeding off Hattie's energy,
Yeah.
but Hattie was loving it. Like just like every single thing, she would be like, "Oh, look at that! He's doing." Because like there's one time where like this like hen, like the woman hen's like running around like she's like playing football, but she's like stiff arming all these people. She thought that was so funny.
That
Like,
is funny.
and the rhinos that like got shifted from like their big castle and they were like running all around, and oh man, the whole thing. So who knew that Robin Hood was the comedy of the
It's
future?
a comedy classic.
Yeah. So
You said the word uber impressed, and it reminded me. Much like last week when I said there's nothing better than being near you at a blackjack table.
mhm.
I've found a new scenario that I'd like to be nearby you with,
Okay.
because I've started doing this thing where I maybe mentioned it before, where we typically don't tell our Uber drivers or whatever that we're performing. It's just more fun to just like say
Right.
whatever. But lately it's been getting worse. Like we got an Uber from the venue in Houston because we were staying at a hotel that night. The bus went away, and so the guy's like picking you up from the venue. Do you guys see a show?
Okay.
Thus, the Jake Triplet improv show begins.
Love it.
And it's so fun. And it's always just me kind of carrying it. I'm like, man, I wish
Come
Brad
on,
was
guys,
here.
yeah.
I wish Brad was here. Like, oh, what show did you see? We saw this comedian.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Terry? What was his name? I don't know. Some guy. That's the thing. These YouTubers,
Yeah.
they get this big following and they think they can just do comedy.
Right.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And it was not good. And then you're like, really? And I would say like specific jokes, like even jokes that I said.
Yeah.
Like, this guy did a bit about this. What was he? Does that sound funny to you?
I love that.
And then
Like just making fun of yourself.
yeah.
The whole time.
And this guy has no clue. And then also we had our golf clubs with us because we were like staying that night. And so he's like, what were the big bags? You guys, I thought maybe you guys were in the show. And we're like, no. I would be terrified to go on stage. He's like, oh, I thought maybe they were like music instruments or something like that. And I was like, oh no, we are far from musicians, but if I was, it'd be piano because that seems very easy to play. Just like roasting
Right,
Alan
just-
and
they aren't getting into it at all.
it's mainly it's just like so that was like a moment where I was like, man, if Brad was here.
Oh, we'd be having so much fun because I always feed off the energy of the other person too. Like I'm like, whatever you're gonna do, like the driver, you know what I mean? Like,
Are you into this? All right, let's keep going. then.
Yes, let's figure this out. Or just like absolutely make fun of everybody else in the car. Like, yeah, I mean, we did bring those big bags. They're actually instruments that we play that we were hoping they would sign. They're kind of jerks about it though, because we forgot our Sharpies.
What kind of rule is that? It said something about wristbands. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fun. Oh yeah, someday, Jake.
Someday we'll be in an Uber together and we will have a completely different life. It's gonna be awesome.
It is awesome.
Should we do shout outs or what? Or what?
Yeah, I only have one shout out that I can think of right now, but
Okay.
shout out to my brother-in-law Brooks, not Walker.
Who I
Walker's
met.
older brother Brooks just got engaged today.
To be married.
Engaged to be married, to be wed to his bride Katie. So shout out to Brooks and Katie. Brooks is a listener of the podcast. All Catherine's brothers listen to the podcast. So
Awesome.
shout out to Catherine's brothers. Shout out to Sam. You're awesome too. And Brooks is the first person I ever knew / saw wearing a bonfire t-shirt from Ghostrunners.
Oh, let's go.
I made those and I was like, I don't think anybody's going to buy it. A lot of people have bought them actually, but he was the first one to buy one. So shout out to Brooks on his engagement and his support of the podcast.
I saw for the first time, I saw one of our shirts this week. It was in Dallas. It was a woman, I think she was with Jeff, maybe, but it said slaps different. It was the first time I saw that in person. I was like, let's go.
Which one? What is that even? I'm trying
It's
to
like
remember that.
big letters, big font. I think it just says
Oh,
slaps different.
I love that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that one sold really well too.
Oh, really? I've not seen it in the wild.
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember the name of the font, but it's the same font of like Beatles Abbey Road, I think, maybe.
Oh, no, this was like,
No, not that Abbey Road. Like
oh, okay.
maybe a different Beatles font or something like
Okay.
that. Like old school, like English font kind of from like the 70s.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I thought the one I saw was like big bubbly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Old English?
Not old. No, I'm sorry. Not old English, but like old school British English, like font.
Now you lie. I'm going to default
English-
to you here. I trust you.
Old English sounds like something from a Charles Dickens novel. That's not what I mean. I mean like old from like 1970s England, like from their like subways or
Oh,
something.
It's like 70s.
Yes.
70s.
Sorry.
Groovy.
Not OLDE English. you
yeah,
know?
like ye old wash house.
Ye old Cheshire cheese. Yeah.
Got it.
No.
Okay, we're talking the same thing.
Okay.
We're saying the same thing. That's a new thing I've started too. It's like if you and the other person are like having a disagreement, you're saying you say, I think we're saying the same thing here. We're just saying different ways. Like, no. I don't want to eat there. Look, I think we're saying the same thing. We're just saying different. That's my new thing.
That's
I've been
good.
saying
And
right
then
now.
just say what you like. I think we're saying the same thing. So Pizza Hut.
So let's go
probably-
pizza. I
yeah.
think we're saying the same thing.
I think we got it.
No, I'm
So
saying I just had pizza last night. Look, I think we're saying.
I hear you. And I think
I think we both want the same thing.
I think we're kind of confused here, but we do want the same
Let's
thing.
just do Domino's then.
So let's go ahead and do half pepperoni, half cheese. Is that cool? Does that sound good?
That's my new bit in real
Yeah,
life. I
I
think we're
like
saying
that.
the same
I
thing.
think we're saying you get it.
Right. I think we're on the same page. We're just saying saying a different way. Okay. Shout out to my friends, and not just all my friends, but like my good friends, my guys, and the wives and the girlfriends, like our friend group. They've just been extra special lately. They've meant extra amount to me. They've been this like extra thoughtful in what they're like texting me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so thankful, Brad.
I love it, dude.
You included.
Thanks, man.
But I mean, yeah, Gunnar, Harrison, Luke, Scott,
Yeah.
Isaac, everybody. It's just been so great lately.
We've had a good, one of those times you weren't there, but like I've hung out with my friends like 3 times in the last week, which is like
It's been awesome.
crazy. And it's like lots of friends, like 10 plus friends at once,
Yeah.
which is so fun. So We had a lot of fun. Yeah, these last 2 Chiefs games have been so mediocre. Like the Chiefs are doing weird things on the field. They're winning, like you said, but like
It doesn't look right.
but we are having so much fun still. Like just laughing and making jokes.
Oh, it's so what did we get laughing at so hard this week? Oh, Abby, who is sitting further away than, I guess all these funny things start with Abby just piping up and saying something.
Oh man,
Abby is
with the
sitting
replay.
further away than anyone.
I got so frustrated with Abby.
But you getting genuinely frustrated is what made it funny because you weren't trying to be funny. And Abby's just like so far away from the TV. That didn't touch him. What are they challenging it for? And Brad and Isaac sitting 4 feet from the TV, like, yes, it did. It touched him.
I was like, oh, like, there's no way that touched him. Like, why are they challenging this? I was like, yes, it did. It absolutely did. And they're like looking at the same replay I am. They're like, where did it touch him? I was like, right there.
On the foot.
Right there. I was like, I'll bet you $5,000. That's what I said. I'll bet you $5,000. Someday they're going to say yes to that.
And about an hour before the game was really fun because I truly thought me and Isaac and
Harrison.
Yeah. We're just going to be the only ones at the game. And then it's just like, Peter's like, Sophie and I are coming. You're like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Harrison's like, me and Abby are coming. I'm like, it's a party.
Yeah, it was. It's a good time.
Good times.
So
shout out to my friends. Also shout out to different friends, but just all the friends who I got to hang out with. I guess I just mentioned Kay Smitty, Josh Willis, who we mentioned on the podcast. He was there.
Is he in Dallas?
Nope, just was there for the weekend. Came to a show. And also infamous now in Ghostrunners folklore, Christine from Hawaii was there.
Oh.
I got to check in on the sea urchins.
She's a nutritionist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dietitian.
Yeah, how's she doing?
Gut health strong.
Okay.
Good gut. On her.
No leaks.
It was good to see her. She said she still got some sea urchins in her foot.
Seriously.
Sea urchins. But I was like, did you ever like listen to that? Like, do you know that we?
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah. Oh. People sent it to me. Yeah. I knew. I was like, awesome. I hope you liked how the story unfolded.
Did she say like that was pretty accurate? Like
she didn't have any complaints. No. Yeah. I think it was by the book.
That's how it
went down. Which most of the story comes from my like false interpretation in my head of like what this probably looked like.
Which is just fine.
Yeah. So
is she going back with you to Hawaii?
I had mentioned it to her before, so I kind of reminded her. I was like, just FYI, like Isaac and I bought tickets to Kauai. And she's like, oh, snap. Yeah, I think I'll go. And it seemed like pretty genuine. It seemed like a real, like, I will be there. So
cool.
Maybe we'll see her again.
Okay.
Maybe I'll carry her.
Great.
Who knows? So shout out.
I have one more shout out.
Let's do it.
Shout out to George Ditto. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
I don't either. And I got a text today. Let me find it. Hi, Brad. My name is Mia. I'm texting you because I'm in George Ditto's seminary class, and I'm writing a Thanksgiving letter about him by contacting people he feels close to, and he wrote you down as one of those people.
That's awesome.
Could you please answer these questions about George?
This is awesome.
Should we do this?
This is awesome.
It's got to be a podcast listener, I think.
Oh, I think they just have the wrong.
You think so?
I think it's mistaken.
She knew my name though.
Yeah,
hi
B.
Brad.
Ellis.
No, this is a text.
Oh, I thought it was an email.
Yeah. Why do you like spending time with George?
Well, I mean, any guy with 11 fingers is got to be fun to hang out with.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's literally the life of the party. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. He always there to lend a helping hand and an extra finger. And he still has an extra finger for anybody that doesn't like him. What do you feel like is his greatest strength?
Besides his extra finger, I would say his willingness to provide pasteurized milk.
Yeah.
He was like our milkman growing up.
Right.
And he did it. He didn't take a single dime. He did it just out of the kindness of his heart.
Didn't take a single dime. Not even one dime.
I tried to give him dimes.
I would drop dimes, just to say like, oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
We were on the same basketball team. Nope, not for him.
But I'd say his willingness to serve milk.
Yeah, I mean, just a milky guy in general. What's one thing about him that not a lot of people know?
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, tell him about third grade.
Okay, so in third grade, it was World History Day.
Right. It was a cloudy day.
It was I remember being cloudy. Yeah. People were dressing up as all sorts of things. There was George Washington Carver,
FDR.
There was FDR. There was George Washington. Sacagawea was there. George dressed up as Adolf Hitler.
Which, can you blame him?
No, because his dad did look a lot like him.
His dad, spitting image of Dolph. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We called him Little Adolf.
And it was like kind of like he didn't know. It was fine. It was
Mhm.
weird when he started like giving the speech, and it was sounding. I was like, this is in German, so this is a little scary now. My heart
Mhm.
rate's getting up, but
It was insanely accurate.
yeah.
Yeah.
It became a red flag a few months later when it was Animal Day.
Well, it became a red flag when he literally brought a red flag in, right?
That was what did it for me
Yeah.
on a History Day. But a couple months later on Animal Day, he was just obsessed with being. He dressed up as a dolphin. We're like, oh, you're a dolphin. He said, no, I'm a dolph. I'm a dolph.
I'm a dolph.
And I was
I'm a
like,
dolphin costume.
yeah. It was like, no, you're a dolphin. And he just was out and like, no, I'm a dolph. I'm a dolph.
Adolf.
Over and over and over. So there's something most people know about him.
And then he told me to hit a girl. He's like, yeah, Hitler, hit her, hit her.
And remember you said it was a cloudy day? You know, what ended up falling from the sky?
Mm-hmm.
Hail.
Yes, it did. Okay, 2 more questions from George. For George, what is one of your favorite memories with George?
Probably just the first time we kissed.
Oh, yeah?
I surprised myself when I said that.
First, implying there's multiple. So George's mom is Hispanic.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, French. And they greet each other with a kiss. Yeah. And so, you've hung out with George plenty at school.
Several dozen times.
Growing up, you had PE class together. You changed in front of each other even.
My gosh.
And never did you once kiss.
Nope.
But then I think your dad was doing like a big sales conference out in, what was it, Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
It was out in Poughkeepsie, and it was during November. It was like, because like end of year sales conference.
Daylight savings just hit.
They've wrapped up their sales, Q4 sales. So they're doing this sales conference, but it happened to be over Thanksgiving. And so George is like, hey man, my mom makes a mean Thanksgiving turkey.
Do you want to come over?
And you're like, I would love to come over. You get there. First thing they do is they say, welcome to the Paris of the Plains.
Bonjour.
And you've never felt friendship like that from George Ditto,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is that how it happened?
That's how it happened.
Okay. And this one is just very open-ended. This last question. Any extra funny things or memories about him? Exclamation point.
Any funny or what things?
Extra funny things or memories.
Or memories. Most people don't know George is the one who gave me my root canal.
He gave it to you.
Yeah, it was just
He had it lying on his shelf. He's like, I'm not using this thing. Here, have it.
Thank you.
Root canal.
Yeah, that's what he called the remote. As he started to
Lose
it in his older years,
Mhm.
he did some questionable things. But it's probably the root canal he gave me. Heck of a jump roper.
Yes.
Yeah, double time, triple time, cross stitch it, wind it back, can doesn't matter.
That was a vast knowledge of jump roping.
Those are just other things.
Oh, those aren't. Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean like the heel strap Benihana?
Heel strap to bootstraps.
Yeah, and then the fold up hamburger hot dog. He can do both.
The nose plug sphincter. He could do either.
Absolutely. He can sharpen the pencil. He can erase it.
He can mortar, pestle, grind it up, spit it out, ground chuck.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Yeah, he can carpet rug. He can box cutter. He can do the box cutter.
Open ear, open concept.
Oh, have you seen him do the self-tapping screws?
On the jump rope, yes.
Yeah.
Not on the dance floor.
Oh, okay. Same thing. Just imagine it. It's poetry in motion.
That's been George Ditto.
George Ditto. I think this has to be from the podcast.
What's the area code?
509. Never heard of it.
509. All right, let's guess. Upper part of the United States or lower part of the United States?
Upper.
Oh, that's just outside of Chicago.
Chicago. No. You want me to give you more hints?
Sure. Middle East or no?
Nope.
Middle West?
Nope.
West?
Yep.
That is Spokane, Washington.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, yeah. I think so. It's like the eastern part of Washington.
Okay, so
northeastern part of Washington.
Second guess, not bad.
That is pretty good.
All right, cool.
509. Represent.
509. 409's the cleaner, right?
Yeah, it's fine. She's so fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. What should we do now?
Let's do some voice memos.
Okay.
We got some good ones.
Hi, Jake and Brad. This is Esther from Oklahoma City, aka Esty, your bestie. I was just calling to say I'm so proud of you guys. Jake, I saw you obviously in Oklahoma City last weekend in your show, and I just could not stop grinning from ear to ear just because I was so proud. And I have to say, I thought you were funnier than Trey. Hot take.
yeah.
But you didn't hear it from me. So anyway, I just want to say
Wait.
I'm so proud of both of you guys.
Who'd we
The
hear it
podcast
from?
is doing great. And I'm just so glad to know you. My question is, when you're coming up with a comedy set, or even when pastors are thinking of messages, when they have illustrations, how much do you think is real versus just something that they've made up to make a point? Maybe that's a secretive thing, and you don't have to answer if it is. But anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
SD. She texted me this week and said, Brad, your impression of me is so wrong. It's 100% wrong or something like that. And I said, it probably is, but that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
For the record, anytime I impersonate her, it is me joking. But she definitely makes those noises, but she's being goofy when she makes the noises.
Yeah. It's not like,
huh? Yeah. Like she's being goofy. It's not like that's how she talks all the time. So I love Esther's one of my favorite people in the whole world.
yeah, it was really good to see her when I got to.
She's just so, I don't know, everything about she's so caring.
Pretty warm.
Yes, but in the most genuine way possible. She's very
not
warm.
a fake warm. It's like charcoal.
Yes, very good, very good.
Charcoal.
Let's
Charcoal
be
Kim.
Let's be careful about the warm puns right now with when I don't have a working fireplace, please.
Right, and I have a blind woman to see next week.
That's
who
right.
Doesn't even know what warm is.
She can't feel.
She's a little slow.
That's a fun question, Esther. I don't know. What's your answer on this?
I think this is, based on no data, but whatever. I'll say, I bet pastors make up more than comedians when it comes to illustrations.
Way.
I would, yeah.
Interesting.
Just in my experience, I just think there's no way. That worked perfectly for the gospel.
Yeah.
That thing that happened to you today.
And it happened yesterday.
Huh.
You've been practicing this sermon all week.
And that happened yesterday. And that is exactly, almost word for word what you had later for reconciliation. Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'm not against it. I'm all about
I'm against it.
Really, I like it. I think I want to laugh at a sermon. I want I like that style. So I'm not opposed to it, but
I guess I'm against it only because I always just want to believe everything people say. And so it's
stop.
Yeah. Because in my head, it's just way more impressive if it's true.
Yeah.
You could make up any story and make it work for your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying, pastors or comedians. That just doesn't seem very hard. Then you just have to think about something funny. Whereas no, I'm going to take what actually happened to me and make it funny.
Use that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I guess to an extent, if you have a few things sprinkled in, that's not that bad. But if it's the whole set is you making up stuff because your life isn't that interesting, that's lame.
Yeah. I hear you. I just think from let's say you're planning to do two different things. It's way harder, I think, to fabricate something out of thin air that's supposed to be very funny than it is to just fabricate something out of thin air that needs to prove a point. Because you already know the destination.
Yeah,
you already know how it's supposed to end. I need the guy in the end to come back around. You're doing a prodigal son thing. It's I just need the guy who goes away for all to come back and be thankful.
Sure.
I can come up with a metaphor for that. But as far as I need something to be funny. Okay, make up something out of thin air that's funny. Anything I say in my set, I think you'd be shocked at how much is true. Which I don't think that's that normal, but it's probably because I'm just starting comedy. It's I'm not that good at joke writing yet, so I just am telling you things that actually happened to me.
But that's what I like about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm interrupting.
No, you're totally fine. Interject.
That's what I like about it because then if you make it too sometimes you can tell someone's that's not probably true.
I was in an Uber today. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
And then if you ever do realize that those people are making it up, it's oh, that's not as funny.
Mm-hmm.
To me, and maybe there's a little bit of a moral thing with pastors lying. It's I don't know if you should lie.
Sure.
Maybe just say I heard a story once. That's just as powerful, or whatever.
Yeah.
I heard an illustration once that this, and this.
I thought of an illustration once. It was on Monday. Here's how it goes.
Yeah. Rather than being my son and I were driving home from our baseball game yesterday, and he looked at me and said, Dad,
there was a man on the side of the
something just feels wrong with my life. Feels like there's something missing.
Yeah, 12-year-old boys are very bold and very well spoken in most illustrations.
Right. And I just have very intentional conversations with them every single time we're in the car together.
All the time. Wow, this pastor's a really good dad.
Yeah,
he gets the most out of his son.
Exactly.
His son is aware of his sin,
wow.
really early on in his life.
I guess that's what happens when you're a pastor. So I'm going to be a pastor.
I should do it.
I'm going to quit my job.
I
don't know. I don't like the idea of pastors doing that.
It actually came up today. We were at the pro shop and Peter goes, Jake, did you actually have 8 dogs? And I go, no, we had 4 or 5. It was kind of Remember the Titans thing where it's like 8 sounds better.
8 sounds better.
So it's like, okay, I exaggerated that.
Yeah.
Just a numbers thing. There's a bit I do in my set where I talk about like I was out to dinner with a girl and she said this. Where that actually comes from is just like I saw that several times as an Instagram caption and it annoyed me. But I just think it's funnier to be like, rather than like, I was looking at Instagram the other day, because then it feels like like I'm just complaining about the internet rather than like this is something someone said to me in person.
That's good.
So that's about as fabricatey as I get. It's just hard to come up with something out of thin air that's like funny. It's just way easier to be like, what are some actual bad dates I've been on? What are some actual things that have happened to me with my phone and autocorrect or whatever?
Because then you don't have to be like, I think that's believable. Like, you don't have to think that.
That's such a good point. Yeah, you're just like, oh, I mean, whether they believe it or not, this is how it happens. So,
my favorite comedian is Nate Bargatze, and I believe everything he says.
Especially now that we know, like, you can look up the review.
The Serpentarium thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, wow, that all happened.
That really happened.
That's so cool.
Like anytime he like talks about arguing with his wife, I don't think he's making that up.
And I've heard his friends talk about the time that he went hiking and he saw the dead horse. Like,
really?
He's like, you can ask him. And I saw him on a podcast. He's like, yeah, I was there when he saw the dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And that's like kind of outlandish, like to talk about those funny things, but at the same time, it's like it's believable. Like, yeah. So that's a fun question, Esther. I don't know the answer. Jake obviously knows a little more. Do you know how much Trey makes up versus truth?
I'm also shocked at how much his is true too. Like
that's why I assume like all of it's true.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's because we're beginners or if that's just like the new age of internet culture, like rather be relatable than just like good joke tellers. But
right.
I know his parents actually did go to like a whooping class. Like their church provided a class like how to whip your child, how to spank your baby. Like that actually happened, which I think that's so funny. And yeah. So yeah, a lot of his is pretty true too. He has this funny bit that it's not working that well. I think it's so funny. Maybe he'll work on it. But like his like sister, like someone in his family or something, like maybe just like a close personal friend, they have a dog that they've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on, like the breeder and then getting it fixed. And then, it's had this issue. It's had surgery, thousands of dollars. And the dog's name is Penny. Like just, it's an actual thing. It's just so beautifully ironic in real life. And I think it's so funny. And like, I feel like the crowd doesn't appreciate it. I'm like, that's awesome.
I don't think he even did that one in Kansas City.
Yeah, he hasn't really been doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of took it out because it wasn't appreciated.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, a lot of his is pretty true too, which is fun.
That's a fun question, SD.
Thanks, SD. Also, real quick, I saw Legendary Shots has tagged you in a reel. Remember them?
Yeah.
Here's the video, guys. It's me in slow motion getting a leaf blower right on the old lips, and then they throw a water balloon at my face, and that actually hurt pretty bad because it didn't pop, and my lips were exposed.
Didn't pop. Yeah. I knew Jake back when he was doing Legendary Shots videos.
He was doing slow-mo water balloon videos.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, sure, whatever. All right, next voice memo. Thank you, Esther.
Hi, Jake and Brad. I love your podcast. My name is Kenzie. I just need to know one thing. What do you want for Christmas? Tell Hattie I said hi.
Good voice memo, Kinsey.
Okay, I'll admit I listened to this one already, and the first time I listened to it at the end, I just go, "Oh my gosh!"
That was awesome.
Like I just laughed and smiled, and that was so sweet.
What a solid voice memo.
Yeah,
from a 4.5-year-old girl, much less.
In 13 seconds.
13 seconds. That was awesome. Said hello. Asked a question.
She's so well spoken.
That was awesome. How old is Kinsey, you think? 5?
No, she's like a month older than Hattie. She's like right there.
I nailed it then. 4.5.
Yeah, close.
Kinda? Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
Play it again. I love that.
Run it back. Hey, Kinsey.
Hi, Jake and Brad. I love your podcast. My name is Kinsey. I just need to know one thing. What do you want for Christmas? Tell Hattie I said hi.
That's awesome. Kirsty, you need to get that girl talking on your story more. That's great.
Seriously. I love the idea of her and Hattie being friends from afar.
Yeah.
She has a Hattie shirt. Yeah. Do I need to get a Kinsey shirt for Hattie?
That's what you want for Christmas. A small Kinsey shirt.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'll wear a Kinsey shirt.
Okay. Me too.
Make us, Kinsey, we would like t-shirts with your name on it. We would like you to design the t-shirts. Mm-hmm. We would like a medium, a double XL, and a child's 5-year-old. Is that how they do them?
Honestly, I don't remember what her number is right
2Y.
now.
2Y. Mm-hmm. I remember I had to pick up baby
whatever
clothes.
You're wearing, Kinsey, she'll wear the same.
Make me one of those.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Also, Kirsty, I need to message you back on Instagram. I'm just not remembering. Because we have a Columbus show in like a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
I finally get to meet the Swicks.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
How far? I don't know where Columbus is.
Middle East somewhere.
That's close enough?
I think I don't know. I want to say like central Ohio, like towards the middle.
Okay.
Do you think that's good?
I think that sounds nice.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I also agreed to play golf with Joel Trainer that day.
Yes, you did.
Joel Trainer, is it going to be even somewhat warm that day?
Yes, it is.
Middle East?
Ohio is very warm.
Late November?
It's known for being balmy in November.
Oh, the balmy state.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of presidents and very balmy November weather.
Mhm.
That's their thing.
No, they say balmy. They like literally want the ball.
Hey,
Play football, basketball, anything you want.
Akron, Ohio, LeBron. Hey,
What you want.
balmy.
One of the answers to our football game the other day was somebody went to Akron. Don't remember who, but a good receiver sometime back in the day.
TJ Hushmanzada.
Oregon State.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
How fun is that? Good for you.
Thanks.
Brad, do you have anything else on your Christmas list besides Kinsey shirts?
I have a birthday / Christmas list because my family's like that. So I was going to look at my Christmas list real quick, and
Okay.
I think most of the things I want are clothes, because I always around this time I always try to like analyze my life and what I want, and I always realize I don't really need / want anything. I'm pretty content with my life, but I could always use more clothes to wear to church, Kinsey, or nice. I like clothes for church, and I like clothes to fall asleep comfortably in. So
Okay.
anything that has elastic waistbands is great. Joggers are awesome. Any kind of hoodies.
Elastic waistbands.
I want a new Nalgene water bottle. I want some new Jefferson Bethke books.
Oh.
Diva, not body wash, detergent. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
If you guys want to pamper yourself / somebody else, get some Diva for Christmas. Like they're gonna be like, why'd you get me laundry detergent? It is the best
me later.
smelling detergent you'll ever experience in your life.
Funny you mention that. I've been thinking about using fabric softener recently.
Have you?
I'm a homeowner now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to have a headboard. Would I like to add fabric
I
softener
love
to the
how
mix?
so you're doing the same thing in your life, like where you're like trying to find different things you need. Just like I am, like I need a new birthday. You're like,
I could use fabric
like
softener.
where can I improve my laundry game? What's this fabric softener everyone's
What's
talking
the
about?
old FS I'm hearing about?
Here's the deal. Like once you get married, I have no idea what Catherine's throwing in my clothes. I have no idea how she does any of that stuff.
Awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
You haven't done laundry in like a couple years, would you say?
Every once in a while I'll do it if she's
Okay,
gone.
just to stay fresh.
Or if like I never ask her to do my laundry. Like
It just happens.
It just happened. Like I never want to be the guy. I don't want to be the husband that's like, hey, our laundry basket's getting full. I probably shouldn't say never. I'm sure I have done that before.
Hey.
But I don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, did you notice that bathroom's really dirty? Like if it's bothering me that much, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But most of the time I just try to wait because I don't want to do laundry very much, and she's great at it. Which whatever, that's kind of patronizing because how hard is it to do laundry? But she's
Babe.
but honestly, she is amazing at folding laundry. There is a
Okay.
difference between people that know how to fold and don't, and somehow she does.
Okay.
But yeah, she does the laundry. That's one of her things.
Okay, well.
So I don't know what we do, but I know when we get Diva and it smells so good. Like literally there's clothes that I'm wearing like for the first time because it's fall out and I have like, longer sleeve clothes I haven't worn that have Diva on them from last year and they still smell amazing.
Diva. Oh, Diva.
Oh, Diva. Anyway.
Kinsey, I think I just want something for my new house. Whatever that may be for you. A fun rug.
Oh.
Welcome mat.
Yep.
Silly spoons.
Mm.
Silly straws.
Silly straws.
What else goes in a house?
You're a big cereal guy. Maybe
Yeah.
a good bowl for cereal.
Cereal bowl.
Like the best cereal bowl you could think of.
Yeah.
Like that's like as I get older, I just want really nice versions of normal things.
Sure.
Like I just want like the best, like the best cereal bowl ever probably costs $15. But
It's your bowl.
It's intentionally for cereal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just want that.
Mm.
I want the best pin you can ever think of. That's $7. Great.
Great.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what you have to look forward to when you're older, Kinsey.
Yeah. Enjoy the play set while you got it.
Also, Kinsey, have you heard of Calico Critters? Because Hattie's really into them right now. Were you there the other night when she was showing those to Gunner?
No.
you weren't. Like it's like classic. I just love little kids and like remembering all the things about little kids. Like Hattie's like so into fish sticks, like loves fish sticks. Like I forgot about fish sticks until I had a kid, and it's like fish sticks are awesome. But no, like you remember when you were a kid and you look at like magazines and whatever, like catalogs for gift guides and stuff. Like so, there's like this Calico Critters, like all these different little animals that like have their own little play areas and stuff. And she was showing Gunner like a literal piece of paper with all these things she wanted for like her birthday and Christmas and stuff.
That's awesome.
And just like, yeah, just like those little joys that you don't think about anymore. But like back in the day, do you remember like,
oh yeah,
looking
East
at the,
Bay?
Yeah. Or like, did you ever circle them like or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for my grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, circle
Yeah.
like the Circuit City
Right.
ad.
The my aunts would always do Black Friday shopping, and so for Thanksgiving we would always like look at like the huge ads that they would have and like circle them and give them to my aunts or something like yeah, I kind of want one of these things, something like that. But
Fun.
yeah, anyway.
All right, let's do one more, if you would like.
Hello, my name's Amanda Kearney. I'm from Branson, Missouri.
Hey,
Go Pirates.
I know you.
So I've been listening to you
Pirates,
guys'
Brad.
podcast for a while now, but I haven't listened from the very beginning. So I went back and I listened to episode 1 the other day. And on it, you guys were talking about Jake's future wedding. And Brad was like, Jake, I would hope I was your best man. And so that got me thinking.
Episode 1.
Brad, what would you say at Jake's wedding? What would you say for your best man speech? And if you would be willing to, since most of us won't be invited to Jake's wedding in the future, if he has one, would you improv his speech? If you already have it planned, don't give everything away. But I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, Brad.
Thank you. Loving the podcast.
Keep some stuff to
All right,
yourself.
yeah. I'll edit out that part.
I know you've got like a 500-word essay prepared. Keep some of it for the wedding.
Oh, I love the idea of her thinking I have it planned.
She's like, I know guys pretty well. They plan stuff out like this, especially stuff like this.
There were a few weeks ago that Brad couldn't even remember what he did like 2 days ago.
But I bet
he's got a document where he just like has all this free time and just writes stuff down.
And he's going to have trouble knowing what to say on the podcast and what to say for the wedding.
Especially because I'm nowhere near a shoe-in for best man. I think there are plenty. Like Jake knows way too many people.
I mean, look at Joe. Joe's creeping all of a sudden. Joe's giving me new golf clubs.
Yeah.
He's hugging me off stage.
Given you up? Yeah, I've never hugged you after a show. Like I gave you a pat on the butt.
And then you said, hey, good job. I said, whoa, what's wrong with your voice? I lost it.
I've just been cheering, man.
Not till you got up there, though.
That's right. That's a fun question. I don't know. Like the best man speeches and like the idea of best man speeches, like I take that like sentimentality. I'm such a sentimental guy that it'd be really hard for me to like make it a mockery out of it. Like I think I would just want to like be genuine and like be very kind to my friend Jake. Like
I think the older I get, I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
It's like we laugh enough together. This is like a big day.
But the hard thing, like I remember my friend Logan got married and I was one of 3 groomsmen. And so there was no best man. Like we all gave speeches, and the first 2 went, and they were like friends from like high school and college. And, then there was me who had known Logan since I was like 7th grade. And so I get up there and everyone's like, oh, here we go.
Get ready to laugh.
Here we go. And I'm just like, crap. I just want like really nice things down. Like, I'm just going to tell him like how he like, is an inspiration to me in my spiritual walk. And like, I don't know what to say about this, whatever.
Sometimes you get those moments where the anticipation is so high that it's so easy. I feel like, so I haven't known, Alex for super long. And then like that is getting a laugh. You're like, oh, this is going to be easy. This is awesome. Like these people want to laugh so.
They are just hungry for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would do more than just like there's a standard format I feel like these days of like, how'd you meet? And then telling an old story, maybe talking about the bride and how like, oh, I remember the first time he talked about you, or like the first time I met you, you were super comfortable with everybody. It's like, okay, of course you are, because you're getting married to him. So like you should be comfortable. But like I would dig a little deeper there maybe. But for the most part, I think I would just be very kind to Jake and just say like, these are the things I really love about Jake. These are things I'm excited to see Jake do in the future in his marriage and his family. Heaven, God willing, if he can have some kids. He's 45 years old, so I don't know how much longer he's got. But we used to debate whether or not he's a redhead or not. We can see that he's now a silver fox. So no, I don't know.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't think I have any like great humorous things. I'd probably talk about like, I might make fun of you a little bit. Like when I first met you, you like cared nothing about your fashion at all. Mm-hmm. Like I can't emphasize that enough.
It was rough.
I genuinely, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you literally would go like to like when you were getting something to wear and you would see the first shorts and the first shirt and just put them on.
It was pretty close to that.
Like you would wear like an orange shirt with like, I don't know, like red pants.
It's been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like just like there's no way that he's trying to like match or look cool at all right now.
It was like how Adam Sandler dresses now.
Yeah.
That's how I was dressing like 5 years ago.
And I'm not like, and it was in its own way cool, but it was like, Yeah, that's Jake. And now, like I would probably talk about stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm just making fun of you at this point, but I'm pretty sure you used to sleep with no sheets on your mattress.
Me and the mattress, baby.
And now you're getting a headboard. That's a huge deal for you.
Yeah, I went a long time just me and the mattress.
Yeah. I'm sure Catherine could think of 15 more examples of that kind of stuff. So anyway, I would probably talk a little bit. That might be my warm up. Is like, look how far Jake's come. And basically saying like, you domesticated this man, and now he's going to
domesticate this man.
Now he's going to be your great husband. So that's a fun question. It's fun to think about.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see as you get older. Like, obviously you're not married until at least 30. And like, are you going to do some of the goofy things that you had the idea of when you were 21 of like, when I get married, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this thing instead.
I still feel pretty strongly about some things. Yeah. Like, I want people to leave and like, man, I'm glad we went.
Right.
That ceremony was different.
So
that was a show.
Yeah.
I can't believe he rappelled down like that. Something like that. I want that to be a sentence on the way back. I can't believe, I didn't know he was that flexible.
How many months did it take to train the dog to do that? Do
you think he knows those Koreans personally?
Yeah.
Or are they part of the acrobats of Asia?
Yeah. And those doves, I didn't know they could make doves that color.
I thought only parrots could talk back to you. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Those are the sentences I want.
Yeah.
On the way back from my wedding.
How'd they get Usher to be an usher?
That's good.
Like, you'd be, instead of bride or groom, you'd be peace up or A-Town down.
Peace up or A-Town down.
Okay.
And how do you know George Ditto? What was your favorite thing about him?
Yeah, that's who I'm in competition with for the best man is George Ditto.
You can give me a root canal.
Yeah. I mean, the guy gave me his root canal.
The guy, I just got a DM from Trey. Why is he not
DM
texting
from
me?
Trey.
Hey, let's do 9 a.m. tomorrow. Quick fireball reshoot, then head to the airport. This guy's working me to the bone.
I tell you
I
what.
gotta shoot for fireball.
That is funny they DM'd you.
I don't know what he's up to. All right, let's get to some of our, thank you for all the voice memos, you guys. Let's get to our reviews of the week.
My review of the week is called Not About Ghost Hunting from Ashley K123. I've listened to the Correct Opinions podcast for a while. Oh, this is the wrong review. Excuse me. I'm just kidding. I've listened to it for a while and heard Jake mention this podcast before, but based on the name, I never listened, assuming Jake was a comedian, just also very into ghost hunting. That's fair. But being caught up with CO, I wanted more Jake. We all do. So I gave it a try and was very pleasantly surprised. 0% about ghosts, 100% about a good time. I honestly like it more than Correct Opinions. Their chemistry is so great and Brad is just so dang lovable. I'll even give him a pass on the cardinal sin of being a grown man who drinks milk.
Oh, we get milk shamed all the time.
Not gonna let it bother me.
No, I mean, we got our milk from George. He's a good guy.
That's right. Otherwise, love these guys and have binged them first 40 episodes. I binged them first 40 episodes and simultaneously thrilled I have so many more to listen to and bummed it took me so long to join the ghosties. You're going to figure out that Jake also really likes milk.
Yeah. Big milk guy.
Yeah. So thank you, Ashley K123.
I don't know if we ever talked about this on the podcast, but for Scott's birthday this summer, it was summertime, right?
That was not good.
Pretty warm day. Mm-hmm. And we're playing pickleball. Scott brings crumble cookies for everybody. We're at like a sports bar. And I say, do you guys have milk? And yes, they did.
Oh, yeah.
2 big old glasses.
Huge glasses.
In between pickleball games, just slamming.
We recorded an episode after that.
My goodness. We're dedicated.
Oh, you're good.
Next week's going to be tough. We'll knock it out, though. My review comes from William M. Buttlicker. He gave me a lot of other potential intros for my shows, which I liked. I've started doing them, started giving Alan options, and then I don't know which one that he's going to do.
Okay.
Like, I find out as he says it, which is kind of fun. But it says, he is in an ultimate smackdown between crippling despair, loneliness, and depression. I don't think that one would be as funny to say.
No,
but
that one's not going to make the cut.
It gets better. He's always wanted to, but can't quite grow that unibrow. Jake Trump. Felines everywhere are drawn to his scent.
That's good.
His belly button is neither an innie nor an outie. I think that was my favorite one, probably.
Okay.
Voted most off-brand version of Val Kilmer by the city of Asheville. Keeper of secrets and seeker of quest. I don't get that one.
That's what you want to say. That's what people are like, whoa, what's going on? And then you come out and
comedy?
just wow them. Yeah.
He is yet to shave another man's sideburns successfully.
That's good.
You're on the right track.
I like that.
Yeah. He only put deodorant under one arm today. And then lastly, he single-handedly invented the Pop-Tart. Single-handedly would go well with put on deodorant under one arm. if I only had one.
Ooh, that's good.
He single-handedly put on his prosthetic arm today. There's a joke. Anyway, thank you, William Butlicker,
That's fun.
and to all the reviewers.
Have you got any feedback on those intros?
No, I don't think people really notice. But that's why I've been filming them too, so people on the internet can enjoy. 'Cause
Right.
I have a shared document with Alan where I just upload just like
Love it.
potential intros and just like whatever one you want.
Yeah.
Surprise me, mama.
Have you put any Ghosties submissions on there?
Yes.
Okay.
I come up with some and then I went to the YouTube comments.
That's so fun.
So feel free to keep commenting.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll hear yours. I think I'll do the any audio one. I'll put that in the document. That's funny.
Jake, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
I suppose this one's going to be interesting. I've spent so much time rehearsing.
Procrastinating on this one.
All right, let's do it. And I'm not that good, so
You are good.
Those
that
are
was
all-
a tough one.
those are all my excuses. I'm done making excuses.
I'll make one more for you. It was decently written. The line spacing is not decently
I
written.
didn't know where the end of the line was.
That was tough. And I think maybe that's because the song itself had a weird cadence. Anyway,
hey.
thanks, Emily
Doesn't
Schmidt,
matter.
I believe.
Oh, Emily Schmidt.
Yeah.
Okay, classic. I got to meet what's her name? Rachel Phillips. She wrote last week's jingle, and I met her like in Dallas or
Oh, wow.
San Antonio
Okay.
or Houston. I don't know. Met her somewhere, but it was fun. I was like, oh, we like just recorded your jingle that you wrote for us like a couple days ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Oh, just because this is the best way to figure this out. Somebody wrote me a jingle for the song. I think it's called From Now On by The Greatest Showman. And I saw it and I loved it. And I don't remember who you are and I can't
Hard to
find it
find.
anymore.
So throw us a resend.
Yeah. It's easiest if you send it over an email and use the word jingle in there because then I can always
Command
research.
F.
Yeah. But any way you want to send it to us is great. But that's the easiest way for us to give it a chance. So
Cool. This has been Eminem and Wet Mike. Thank you for listening. Sorry you had to listen to that jingle. We'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming with Brad next week. And that scared me. Episode 132. What's after this, Brad? What you gonna do? You already know. I'm about to call Joe. Yeah, he's the man. Gonna see him in Birmingham, cause Frisbee. Maybe we'll do some frothing. Next thing you know, we're on the tee box and we're golfing. Hey, yes. Go got beef. Tick bite. Sunday. Cheering for the Chiefs. Wet Mike. Tonight, Ghostrunners podcast. Best thing in your life. Not the best thing in your life, but you know, on Mondays it's nice.
let's hope. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Love you guys. Love you, Catherine.
Hopefully, people stop listening
Love you,
before that
Hattie.
freestyle.
No.
Hey,
Hey.
love you, Kinsey.
Love. Oh, Kinsey.
No, sorry,
I was like,
that's not her name.
nah. Love you, Bo.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to my kids. Kids are fun, guys. Have kids.
Kids are cool.
Have kids if you're married.
Hey, stay.
Only if you're married.
Yep.
It's fun. Love you guys.
Goodbye.
Go